Hey there folks, Alex here. I just wanted to say up front that the audio quality in this episode is despicable. I had my Blue Yeti on cardioid mode, which mostly records in a single direction, meaning that the volume of the person the mic was facing was much louder than the other person, requiring me to go in and manually adjust the volume line by line. I also think my Blue Yeti may be breaking, so I bought a new setup with Behringer XM8500 microphones, which is what you are hearing right now, so hopefully it's better. Anyway, hopefully you can still make out what we're saying and enjoy the episode. On with the show!
Hello, nice to see you, you son of a bitch. I am Arnold Schwarzenegger, and I wanna hate it.
Welcome back, listeners, to I Wanna Hate It.
It's ice to be back.
This is episode 15, and what a more fitting way to follow up our previous Batman episode, 2022's The Batman, starring the one and only Bob Batz, which was the beginning of a new Batman cinematic franchise, then with the end of another Batman cinematic franchise. My name is Alex, and I'm joined by today's co-host, Arden.
Hello.
We're currently recording this episode on the 8th of July, 2023.
That is the date. We were doing this at my house, and we were doing this at 12:04 a.m. I'm ready to talk about and to watch Joel Schumacher's Batman. Is that how you say his name? Did this ruin his career? Is this the movie that stopped him from making movies?
Possibly. But anyhow.
He died from cancer.
Oh.
Okay. He did that during COVID. Arguably, he died from COVID too.
He did that during COVID.
That counted as a COVID death. Okay, so after Batman and Robin, he did this movie called
Phone Booth.
Wait, Phone Booth?
I thought that was a pretty good movie.
Isn't that a movie where he's like stuck in a phone booth?
Yeah.
Talk about a ship in a bottle episode. The number 23. He directed Kiss from a Rose.
That's the one regret I have about doing Batman and Robin and not Batman Forever is we don't get to hear Seal's Kiss from a Rose.
We get to hear unlimited ice puns, which I will trade.
It's a good trade-off.
For Kiss from a Rose.
All right. But for new listeners, let me explain what this is all about. The format of this podcast is divided into two major sections. So we got a pre-watch section where we introduce the subject of the episode with some general information. Then we watch a trailer and declare whether we want to hate it. Next, we watch the subject or take notes. And then finally, we record a post-watch breakdown so we can definitively dick penis you, the audience, whether we hated it or not. Arden.
Yes.
It's been I see you've made some changes to the document. But anyhow, it's been a while since your last episode. So in addition to the pre-watch and post-watch, we have also added a few new segments to the show, such as List Time, where we list our top 5 somethings, and Devil's Advocate, where one of us must defend the villains while the other host takes the side of the heroes. Of course, we also have the Rhett Wayne Kerning segments, Trivia and Goofs, and Death Battle, pitting the characters of this episode against those of previous episodes. Now, with all of the quat out of the way, let's get into our first segment entitled, I Wanna Hate It. I Wanna Love It, or Is It Cheesy?
I would think that... Wait, is this the part where I actually say if I want to hate it, love it, or if it's cheesy?
No. Okay. That's just the name of the segment. Yeah, okay.
Perfect.
So, what is it? What is this movie?
Well...
1997's Batman and Robin. Rated PG-13 with a runtime of 2 hours and 5 minutes.
It's from my recollection of this movie, it is the unfortunate time of superhero movies where
they
all the
weren't
studios
good yet.
They were not good yet. If you're a younger listener and your first experience with superhero movies is like Iron Man, you did not know this dark time in superhero movies where everything had to be edgy, and if it wasn't edgy, it was campy as hell.
Yes.
And that's what happened with this one.
Right, so there's no such thing as a cinematic universe? No superheroes ever met another one on film?
Well, Batman meets Robin in Batman Forever.
But that's like a scene. You know what I'm saying? It's not like Batman meets Superman or something. Come on, man. There's no Avengers or anything. It's the fourth and final installment of the Warner Brothers' initial Batman film series. So, yes, it's a sequel to Batman Forever.
Is it technically a sequel to Batman Returns?
It is. That's another weird.
But it's played by a different
The same
actor.
actors weren't even required to be in the role. So we have
Michael Keaton is in the first two.
Yeah.
And then you have Val Kilmer in Batman Forever. And then this one has soap opera heartthrob, ER actor George Clooney in his heyday. This was Clooney
at his hottest,
at his prime, at his
hottest man in the world.
Yeah,
George
they
Clooney.
get him to be Batman, and you'd think it'd be amazing. And honestly, you'd think he wouldn't sign up to it unless it'd be a good movie. We know from at this point, with a little bit of hindsight, is like a super artsy fartsy, like full of himself, like love being in Wes Anderson movies prick.
Is he?
Yes. He's in a bunch of movies that are like critics love them, audiences go out confused. That kind of stuff, but the critics love it because, you know, art composition or whatever.
I imagine it was money.
God, that was his heyday, though. He didn't. This isn't like Nicolas Cage after he's been foreclosed on his 5 islands.
He's a big actor.
He was huge on ER. Yeah, he was an A-lister.
Yeah.
And they get him to do
a kid's cartoon commercial for toys.
For toys.
I think I bought toys I definitely bought cereal from this movie.
We all did. This was like a precursor to the type of shilling that like the Phantom Menace would eventually bring about.
Yeah.
Where it's basically one gigantic expensive advertisement for toys.
But we won't let this conversation spoil our perception of the film because we're gonna watch it again. I mean, we might love it.
I might actually want to love it.
Yeah.
Because I loved the toys so much.
The toys were cool. The cereal tasted good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And George Clooney's amazing.
We also have Arnold Schwarzenegger as Mr. Freeze, Chris O'Donnell as Dick Grayson / Robin, Uma Thurman, Alicia Silverstone, and others.
That's right. This is all A-list other than whoever played Robin. Was he an A-lister?
Chris O'Donnell, I think he was an up-and-comer.
He was an up-and-comer. He was like the Paul Walker of his time.
Right. He was poised to do great things.
Yeah, but like Uma Thurman,
she's pretty big. She was
huge.
Fiction.
Alicia Silverstone, she was clueless.
She was hot in the 90s.
Yeah, she was hot in the 90s.
These are all hot people.
Hot actors, A-listers.
Pat Hingle, he was somebody in it.
Pat Hingle.
The film follows the eponymous characters Batman and Robin as they attempt to prevent Mr. Freeze and Poison Ivy from taking over the world.
Arnold Schwarzenegger. He took bad stuff.
Yeah, so they're trying to take over the world. Poison Ivy and Mr. Freeze. So how did it do at the box office? Did it make money?
Well, you know, it was released in 1997 in the United States and Canada, and it grossed about approximately 43 million in its opening weekend. So it was the third highest opening weekend gross of 1997, behind Men in Black and Lost World of Jurassic Park. 2 movies that are, without spoiling how I feel about it, infinitely better than this movie.
I think that's fair to say. Men in Black's a classic.
Objectively. The Lost World of Jurassic Park is a classic.
I think it's a classic. It's disputed, but I like it.
And the 7th highest non-holiday opening weekend box office weekend of all time as of its release is #1 spot at the box office during its opening weekend, beating out My Best Friend's Wedding Day and Speed 2 Cruise Control. All those weren't big contenders.
Yeah.
No fucking way. This movie would hold the record for the highest opening weekend for an Arnold Schwarzenegger film until it was surpassed by Terminator 3, Rise of the Machines.
Until Terminator 3, this was Arnold Schwarzenegger's biggest movie.
Better than Kindergarten Cop,
Terminator 2,
Last Action Hero, Jingle All the Way, Twins,
Commando.
All his movies were fucking...
He's not even the star in this one.
He's not even the star. I'm starting to realize the genius that is Joel Schumacher. He can take a movie that, again, without spoiling anything, is absolute trash. And
yeah, that didn't spoil anything. That's fine.
Yeah. And make this much money at the time?
Yeah, that's a lot of money for the 90s.
Batman Forever wasn't well regarded as a movie.
No, because it was directed by Joel Schumacher.
It was directed by Joel Schumacher. So, like, how was America in the late 90s tricked to watch a Joel Schumacher Batman again.
I think their biggest market wasn't even the U.S. or North America, I should say.
Well, that's possible. So the opening weekend gross was George Clooney's highest until Gravity in 2013. Goddamn.
It took until the 2010.
It took until the 2010s for George Clooney to beat out Batman and Robin.
But
I bet he held that with everlasting shame.
oh yeah, he's probably so thankful for Gravity.
But to be fair, it did decline 63% in the second week, which was credited to poor word of mouth and early competition by Face Off, Hercules, and Men in Black.
Hell yeah, Face Off.
In the UK, it was the second highest opening behind Independence Day. Again, a phenomenal movie.
Yeah.
As stupid as it is, a phenomenal movie.
It's like a de facto blockbuster.
It is the blockbuster. It's like the blockbuster that started like the 90s blockbuster.
Yeah,
movies.
the 90s blockbuster.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. The film went on to gross $107.3 million in the United States and Canada and $130.9 million internationally. So it made more money internationally.
Right.
It grossed substantially less than the previous film in the series. Finished outside of the top 10 films in 1997. Production budget was of $160 million. The film considered to have underperformed at the box office. It still made although it was estimated to have at least broke even. Schumacher criticized prejudicial pre-release buzz. Hold on, that's not making sense to me because the production budget was $125 to $160 million. It made $238 million.
A lot of the times they double the budget for marketing.
Oh geez.
And they marketed the shit.
They marketed the crap out of this movie.
Like we were saying with the cereal.
But to be fair, this movie was not like... This movie is just an advertisement. So they sold the toys. I mean, that's where your bread and butter is.
Yeah, that's strictly what they wanted to sell.
And they sold some toys. So Warner Brothers acknowledged Batman and Robin's shortcomings in the domestic market, but pointed out its success in other markets. In his book, Batman: The Complete History, Les Daniels analyzed the film's relatively strong performance outside of the United States, and he speculated that nuances of languages or personality were likely to be lost in translation, and admittedly, eye-popping spectacle seemed sufficient.
Explains the Fast and Furious franchise.
Yeah, I'm guessing the ice puns from Mr. Freeze don't translate well to Japanese audiences.
The corniness.
Yeah.
So in the IMDb, 3.8 out of 261,000 reviews. It is not on the IMDb top 250, but at the time of this episode, it's actually at the number 116 on the bottom 250.
Hell yes, I can't wait.
Rotten Tomatoes got a 12% out of 95 critic reviews and a 16% out of 250,000 plus audience reviews.
Wow, people really come out of the woodwork when they're upset with something.
It's 250,000 people.
I reviewed this movie on Rotten Tomatoes.
It got a 16%.
Just the insane 95 critics have reviewed it.
That's quite a bit for critics. And Metacritic, out of 21 critic reviews, 5.8 out of 1,045 ratings.
Who the fuck votes this movie
Audience.
at above average? I don't care if it's 0.8 above average. That's above average.
Yeah, it got a higher Metacritic, which is weird.
Yeah, Metacritic's usually harsher.
Yeah, but let's talk about its awards and nominations. So it got 10 wins, 22 nominations in the year of 2017-2018. So ASCAP Film and Television Music Awards said it's the top box office film.
And it was 2018 nominee best makeup.
2020 in 2018. Still winning awards. The kids keep on coming.
I assumed that was a typo in your script.
No, that's correct. It's copy pasted. Blockbuster Entertainment Awards 1998. Uma Thurman and Chris O'Donnell for favorite sci-fi actress and supporting actor. Arnold was a runner-up.
He was a runner-up to Chris O'Donnell?
Chris O'Donnell won for favorite sci-fi supporting actor, man.
Wow.
And guess what? 1998 Kids' Choice Awards, favorite movie actress, Alicia Silverstone. Uma Thurman was runner-up.
And 1998 Yoga Awards, worst foreign actress, Alicia Silverstone. Is she foreign?
No, I'm guessing the award is foreign. Which ironically makes our domestic person foreign to them.
Cool.
Well, she was worst foreign actress in Catalan in Spain.
And it won the 1997 Stinkers Bad Movie Awards, Worst Picture Overall, Worst Supporting Actress, Alicia Silverstone. Worst Sense of Direction, stopped them before they directed again, Joel Schumacher, and Worst Screenplay for a film grossing more than $100 million using Hollywood math.
Writer Akiva Goldsman. So, Arden, have you seen this movie before?
I have. I've seen it once. Again, I was 9 at the time. Batman was all the rage, and I remember being I've watched Batman Returns a billion times at this point, but it was creepy as a kid because you got like Danny DeVito being Penguin, he's got like weird black blood coming out of his mouth,
black oil blood,
and he dies and he falls face first with his like weird Danny DeVito body. It's a Tim Burton movie, right? And, like,
right.
You're a kid watching a Tim Burton movie, and you're like, I feel like this dude wants to fuck dead people.
Hug me, I'm scared.
Yeah, like you sense that, and it was. I remember liking Batman Forever because it was a little bit more kid friendly, and I was able to watch it and not have also terrifying nightmares. But then like this movie came out, like George Clooney's gonna be Batman. This is gonna be amazing. I was all about it, and then I watch it even at 9, thought it was a little corny.
Yeah,
it's like the Adam West Batman. I remember even then, like, so we've already alluded to that this movie is like advertisements about selling all these toys.
Yeah.
I want us to keep track of how many times they give you a close-up of this chintzy ass looking Batman grappling hook. And it's jarring. It's jarring. Because
I remember Batman and Robin surfing.
That's this movie. Oh my god. It has an Escape from LA scene in it.
Yeah.
Non-ironically. Okay. Yeah, this movie's trash.
Oh, come on. You don't know that. Could be good.
My 9-year-old brain thought a lot of trash was amazing.
Alright, so you want to hate it, is what you're saying. So I think it's cheesy. But I'm probably going to lean more towards hate if it had to be love or hate.
Yes. And I want to say for the record, you can't have that many ice puns in this movie without it being cheesy.
But will it be a good cheese fest or rotten cheese?
I hate to leave you cold, Batman.
Can't wait.
It's nice to be back, Batman.
Oh no, dude. Alright, so out of 5 stars, what would you give it right now based on your horrible memories of this trash film?
1.
1, okay.
Can I give it 0? Is that like a thing?
Sure.
I'm gonna give it 0 because unlike some bad movies that are somewhat pleasurable to watch, I do not think this is gonna have them.
You don't think it's gonna be fun bad?
I don't think it's gonna be fun bad.
Okay.
I think it's gonna be bad. I think the lines are gonna be cringy. I think it's
Plot's gonna be nonsense.
yeah.
I'll give it a 1.5 stars.
Yeah.
Were you gonna say George Clooney?
Oh, he's winking at the camera constantly.
I
It's
hate
like the
that.
opposite of Nicolas Cage. Nicolas Cage would do that role even in that movie in that same setting, and he would be fucking Bruce Wayne. But he has this air that he's too good for it. Like there's
That's what happens when your name's Sexiest Man Alive. You stop trying.
yeah, and I just have this memory where he just Batman drops down in front of Mr. Freeze, and he just looks at him glibly and goes, "Hi, Freeze, I'm Batman."
Yeah, that's also in the script, probably.
Yeah, but the delivery is.
Nicolas Cage was said, "Hi, Freeze,
Yeah.
I'm Batman."
Yeah, something.
Something there.
Better ways to deliver that line. Batman shouldn't be glib.
For a man with nipples on his costume, he's very glib.
Oh, I forgot they have nipples on the costume. Was that this one that they introduced that?
Probably.
I think it was.
This movie's got it all,
I
dude.
forgot.
Yeah.
There is an interview, I think, that exists. This might be a rumor. I haven't had a chance to fact check it or anything. But way later, George Clooney was like, yeah, I played Batman gay.
Yes, I think you're right. And
Weird, because, like, who would be Batman's gay love interest?
Alicia Silverstone.
Would it be the child that he raised and groomed
Of course.
after his parents were brutally murdered?
Ambiguously gay duo. 90s loved that kind of joke.
I get that, like, he can play Batman gay and he's not attracted to Robin, but, I mean, right, if you're going to say, like...
He could be into Mr. Freeze. That's why he says, "Hey, Freeze."
Yes, I agree with that, but...
I'm Batman.
There's a weird relationship between him and Robin in this movie.
Let me heat you up.
There is
Nice,
a
man.
weird... Because they have a disagreement in this movie and they, like, break up. They break up.
Yeah, there's a breakup scene. There is.
Which, again, not problematic if he just met Robin. Is problematic because he met Robin when he was 12 and took him into his home.
Yeah.
and put him in tights and taught him karate.
You know, I'm going to give Mr. Schumacher a pass here and say he didn't intend that.
That's not Schumacher's fault.
Yeah.
If you're an actor and you're like, I decide I'm going to take the liberties and play like this character gay, that's one thing. But I think you have to take like the entire script and be like, if I play this character gay, what's the connotation?
It's a little weird.
It is weird. I think he probably just made that up in an interview years later.
I think he made that up.
He's probably trying to distance himself.
Also, use your fucking brain.
Yeah.
When you say that and what that means. That's a thing. Like, 97, like, being homosexual and gay was, like, kind of a taboo then.
Yeah,
Still,
well, definitely.
like, a big taboo.
Well, it was a joke
Like,
back then.
you know, not proud to admit it, we would use the F word in high school.
Oh, yeah.
We wouldn't really think twice about it, like, as part of the vernacular.
Right.
Right? It's all through it. It's a bunch of homophobia. So, I mean, to just kind of casually throw that out there without thinking of the implications kind of did the gay community a disservice.
Oh, yeah, because he's saying a joke, most likely.
He's like saying it as a joke, or maybe he's saying it sincere, and then it makes the rest of the population at a time where, like, being gay is not necessarily a good thing, and it makes Batman seem like being gay is being a pedophile.
Yeah, George Clooney sucks, dude.
Honestly, yes, he sucks. The best thing about him is his wife, Amal Clooney.
Who's his wife?
You don't know who his wife is?
No.
His wife's infinitely cooler than him, and because she's not like an actor, she doesn't get like the cred.
Uh-huh.
But she's like an international war criminal lawyer.
Oh,
like
I'm glad you added lawyer to the end of that.
She prosecutes like Gaddafi and shit.
Oh, prosecutes. Yeah, that's another thing. Not defending Gaddafi.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I mean,
she's an international war criminal. She defends Gaddafi.
Also, would make her infinitely cooler than Clooney.
Oh, what a...
Clooney acts in bad movies. Name a good Clooney movie other than Ocean's 11.
I'm not defending George Clooney. He's homophobic.
Yeah, fuck George Clooney.
Fuck George Clooney. Let's see, what would you give it out of 100 somethings? How about 100 ice puns?
Well, that's the thing you picked.
Okay, so out of 100 ice puns, I'll give it 20.
I will give it 10 plant-based puns because Arnold gets a lot of props for having the ice puns. I don't remember any plant-based puns, but I guarantee Poison Ivy makes at least 10. I don't mean to leave you on the vine, Batman.
Yeah, dude. Did you just make that up?
I did.
Yeah.
It's in there.
Poison and plant puns. You got it. So how about we watch the theatrical trailer to see what got all the kids so hyped to watch Batman and Robin in 1997, folks. All right.
My name is Freeze. Learn it well. This is the way the world could end.
Venom. I probably should have mentioned this. I'm poison.
Hi, Freeze. I'm Batman.
There you go.
Gotham perish. Buckle up, boys. There's a storm coming. Kill the heroes!
Kill the heroes.
It's the hockey team from hell!
Oh my god, Mr. Freeze has his own putty soldiers.
Schwarzenegger. All right, everyone. Chill.
Nice.
George Clooney.
I know you've had your wild nights.
Good night. Wild doesn't quite cover it.
Good night.
Ice O'Donnell. I want a car. Chicks dig the car. This is why Superman works alone.
That's a universe.
So many people to kill. So little time.
Alicia Silverstone. And you are?
Batgirl.
That's not awfully PC. What about that person?
Found the Batcave.
She knows who we are. Guess we just have to kill her. Yep.
Like he cares about this. Oh yeah, Bane's in
this.
Honor. Partners.
Oh, that's right, because Poison Ivy can't be strong in and of herself. She needs, like, a muscle-bound man.
Partners.
It is the 90s.
Which does Bane a disservice, because Bane's, like, a war
He's smart.
Yeah, Bane's incredibly smart.
Batman and Robin.
Even McKellen.
That wasn't even McKellen. You were joking with me. Alright, well, your opinion changed at all after seeing that fantastic trailer?
No, it's literally confirmed everything that I said. Some words quoted.
I feel like this movie is burned into your memory.
So I guess it did something right. Hi, Freeze, I'm Batman.
Hi, Freeze. I'm Batman. That was pretty glib.
It's incredibly glib. Like, he's stopping Freeze from, like, freezing the Gotham Metropolitan Museum.
He's killing people.
He's probably killing people.
Had already killed people.
Hi, Freeze. I'm Batman.
Hi, Batman. I've just killed a room full of people. You want to take this more seriously? I'm gay, too.
Yeah, I've seen Clooney act. Well, I don't know. Maybe he's just a bad actor because he's kind of glib in Ocean's 11.
Well, yeah, that's his whole
He's
thing.
glib in all his movies.
I think that's his acting. You know how Keanu Reeves and stuff like knows his limits as an actor, so he picks roles that are suited for his acting style. Same with Tom Cruise. I think George Clooney will only pick glib characters to play.
Well, he won't because he picked Batman, the terror of the night.
I guess half of that character, Bruce Wayne.
Bruce Wayne isn't glib.
He acts like he's glib and he doesn't care.
But that's the thing. In the animated series, where he's probably his most glib, the actor Kevin Conroy, best Batman ever to be Batman.
Oh, of course.
R.I.P. Kevin Conroy. But
second best is Bob Batts. Okay, continue.
Wrong, but he plays it so you know that he's pretending to be glib.
Yeah.
Because he's trying to play the role of this billionaire playboy that he is not.
You know George Clooney can't do that.
No, he can't. Which is why I'm starting to realize, like, despite him being an A-lister, he actually has very little depth as an actor. I'm just learning this real time. So thank you, Joel Schumacher, for
revealing how awful
revealing how ass George Clooney is in acting. He can pick one role, which is like glib asshole.
We have a lot to thank Joel Schumacher for.
He's an astronaut. Is he glib in that?
I haven't seen Gravity.
This is like, I guess we're floating to our deaths.
Hi, Death. I'm astronaut.
Hi, Earth. This isn't Will Smith.
Earth. Good. Now that we've gotten that out of the way, how about we watch the movie?
Let's do it. Seriously though, you want to just like watch an episode of Batman the Animated Series?
It's the definitive Batman. No, that's not fair.
Have you seen the episode Almost Got Him, where it's all the Batman villains? Joker, Penguin, Poison Ivy, Killer Croc, and maybe Mad Hatter are all in like the seedy bar and they're playing poker. And they're recounting their stories where they almost got Batman.
I love that.
It is such a good story. You know, they all have these in-depth stories about how they almost got Batman and these like
plans.
And Killer Croc's like, so I was there and he was in the sewer looking for me. Then what happened? He's like, I threw a rock at him.
Yeah. Did he get him? Did he kill Batman?
No, because Twist.
Freeze. Hello, this is Arnold Schwarzenegger again. Spoiler warning for this Batman cartoon.
Killer Croc is actually Batman. Batman, his Mission Impossible style, like put Killer Croc's mutant face on his head and mask.
Is Batman that built? I know he's stacked, he's ripped, but
to be fair, Killer Croc in the animated series is kind of just like a big guy.
For you.
So yeah, it turns out this is a sting Batman has put on to round up all the remaining supervillains.
Spoiler warning.
Yeah, spoiler warning if you haven't seen this show from 1997.
Batman, kill these people. Do the city a justice. Do the city some real justice.
Honestly, that's the only way he can be effective, but I don't want to spoil my ideas on the remaining segments.
That would break his code, man.
He's supposed to be a being of sheer fucking will, not sheer fucking impotence.
Well, it's not Batman's fault, is it? It's our criminal justice system. You'd think after this much recidivism, wake up, sheeple. Find a better city. Gotham sucks.
Find a better method. You should be the Punisher. You would need batarangs and jets. You just buy a gun.
Oh, God. That's getting real shady. It's already shady enough that he's a billionaire who goes out at night and beats up a bunch of poor, criminally insane people. It's even worse if he puts on the Punisher just as like a thin blue line.
So the 80-20 principle of business is like 20% effort that's going to yield you 80% results. I get that you're saying like, well, it's kind of going off the deep end for him to like just start blatting people that he suspects of like mugging. But maybe blat the Joker, Poison Ivy, Penguin, Killer Croc, Mad Hatter, all these supervillains, right? Who keep like, you know, Joker gets free like in a weekend, like poisons the town's water supply, killing thousands. Like, kill him, and then maybe forget all the petty criminals and just like ice the supervillains. Yeah. And maybe he does better than he ever did as Batman with his coat.
Then I think the problem is he gets addicted to it and then he can't stop himself. He just kills everybody. Because it feels good. He can get away with anything. Then he realizes, I'm a billionaire, and I can also screw people over that way.
Nah, Batman's got his coat. He just needs to alter it just a tiny bit. Who would just start screwing people over?
You just kill them.
Only if you did a crime.
Yeah, just obey or I kill you. That's it. Yeah.
Obey the law? He's not like, do whatever I want. He's like, don't rob banks.
Were you selling marijuana cigarettes on the street corner? That's a crime, bucko. Jaywalking. That's a crime.
Yeah.
Baby.
Be like that guy in The Wire. Who's the Batman of The Wire?
Oh, Omar. Jump out a window and break his leg.
Omar was a billionaire.
Oh, no.
Bob Bats jumps out a window and breaks his leg.
No. Bob Bats is the best Batman.
The most hilarious Batman scene I've ever seen in my life. Riding on the edge of being able to control his bat suit. And like slams into a bridge.
That gotta hurt, dude.
Breaks all his bones. Oh, so bad at this. Cops drive over and put his battered corpse into an EMS unit and take him to the hospital. They handcuff him to a bed.
God, I can't wait. Bob Bats, too.
Yeah, we got Bruce Wayne in Unit 1. Fucking sucks at it. He's in critical condition. That's a dumb thing. Like, that movie...
Well,
I remember at a certain point getting fed up with how many times Batman is just using the front fucking door.
I love that recurring gag. The movie's great.
Batman literally knocks on the door and you let me in so I can talk to the Penguin. And they're like, oh yeah, they open the door and instantly shoot him in the chest with shotguns.
To be fair, Batman, Bruce Wayne probably does not sleep ever. So he's probably like 72 hours straight, no sleep, just fuck, dude. I'll just knock. When you see Bruce Wayne in that movie, it looks like he hasn't slept.
It's because Robert Pattinson's playing him. I mean, they literally picked a dude like, who looks like a vampire? Oh, it's this guy. You know what? He could also be Batman.
Vampires, bats? It makes sense.
What did Bob Bats do that was cool in that movie?
Punch dudes? He was
Did he
the
punch
knight.
dudes?
He was the Shadows.
How was he the Shadows?
He was vengeance.
More than Batman Begins? But anyways, are we still recording?
Well,
Watch
we're
the
gonna watch
movie
it.
at some point. We should watch Steel's Kiss from a Rose and just review that instead.
Yeah.
It'll be like our own Plinkett version of Baby's Day Out.
5, 4, 3, and...
Okay.
The real this time. And we're back. We've watched Batman and Robin. And now it's...
Sorry, I'm still mad about it.
We're gonna watch, or do, the post-watch analysis now. With our next segment, The Breakdown. We're gonna break down the plot from opening credits to closing credits.
Opening clur?
My mouth will stop working. So spoiler warning from here on out. We'll try not to go on too many tangents, no promises. We're also going to try and attempt to wait until the end of this segment before revealing our final judgments. Right. That was just a noise. So, shall we begin, Arden?
Yeah, let's do it.
Alright. So, this film begins with some extreme 90s credits flying at us, right?
Yeah. Bat symbols with motorcycle sounds. Also, there's a Robin symbol, which...
Yeah, it's like a red symbol that fits inside the Batman symbol.
Okay, so Robin's symbol was an R, not a bird.
Yeah, he doesn't traditionally have a symbol.
Yeah. It just struck me as odd that Batman gives him an equally as pronounced symbol.
Gotta have his own brand. Traditionally, he's wearing tights or
not a rubber latex suit.
crash zoom, nipples, crotch, gadgets, rubber latex suit.
I don't think there's ever been a Batman opening. Like, I just want to take a moment and compare the opening to this movie. It gives us those credits, and then it literally shows Batman, like, a close-up, pulling up the latex suit over his ass, and then he turns around, and you get, like, a crotch shot. It's his crotch.
Yeah.
With the rubber suit on it, and then, like, the nipples on the bat suit. And that's the opening of this movie.
Yeah, it's like shot 2 nipples, shot 3 crotch.
And then I compare it to the opening of The Dark Knight.
And every member of the Bat family gets one of these crotch and nipples.
Alfred doesn't.
Is Alfred part of the Bat family?
I would consider Alfred part of the Bat family. Batman loves him like a father.
Okay, whatever. Whatever.
Whatever.
And then Carr, gawking at the Batmobile like it's the first time they ever saw.
Because it's the first time we've ever seen, you know, this toy that's going to be released shortly.
Yeah. Even like Robin's like, holy crap, I buy that toy.
Yeah. Chicks did it, the car toy.
Yeah. Then a hatch opens because after Batman drives off in the Batmobile, Robin has his own Robin motorcycle. But it has like its own shell that opens with the Robin symbol inside the shell.
Like a neon sign of the Robin symbol. And it's huge. Batman's huge into branding.
Yeah.
Because Hasbro is big into branding.
Right.
You know that was a toy. You know that was a toy. Oh wow. So why even do this? The Batman and Robin toys are completely unrelated to the movie! It's like the animated series!
Arden looked up online toys from this movie, and they are not representative of the movie.
No! Since when did Batgirl shoot a fucking double-bladed axe at her enemies?
They should all just have grappling hooks. That's all they use in the movie.
Oh my goodness. There is no way they did not make a toy. There's no excuse.
Of the motorcycle?
No, of the grappling hook. And what that means is that all those grappling hook scenes, collection of Joel Schumacher's horrible filmmaking. I would have assumed that some like head from Mattel was like, well, you need at least 30 shots of our new grappling hook toy. And then they just didn't make it. So now they had to make a horrible movie, and then they did make the toy.
The bean counters were like, hey, it's like grappling hooks. The demographics are clear. And then after the movie, they're like, we missed a decimal. We're not going to sell any grappling hook toys. In fact, we're not going to make it based on the movie at all.
Well, my movie doesn't make the runtime without my grappling hook scenes. I guess you're leaving all 30 of them in there.
So next, what happens is Alfred holds back some cringe damage. He's like, oh, that was so lame.
That's what it looks like. You don't read that Alfred's in pain.
No, it looks like he's like, oh.
Yeah, maybe it's just a modern audience. Maybe we didn't understand the concept of like cringe damage in the 90s, but it looks like he's just real disappointed at where the Cape Crusader has come to.
And he's rightfully so, because the next thing we see is Batman and Robin grinding. Like
On each other?
Well, they don't show that. They're grinding like Sonic the Hedgehog because Mr. Freeze is attacking a museum to steal a diamond with a bunch of hockey guns. And Batman and Robin whip out their bat skates, fight the hockey villains.
Yeah.
This movie's a lot more campy than the last three.
More campy than Tommy Lee Jones and
Somehow
Riddler?
it tops Jim Carrey and his buffoonery that Tommy Lee Jones could not sanction.
Wow.
You heard that quote, right?
No.
Apparently in Batman Forever, you know, Tommy Lee Jones is Two-Face.
Right.
Carrey's Joker, not Joker, he's Riddler. And so...
He's Nerdy Joker.
He's Nerdy Joker. So Tommy Jones is sitting at some restaurant trying to enjoy himself, have a nice dinner. Jim Carrey and his posse waltz in, and he's Jim Carrey in the 90s at his most zany. And he's like, woo! And he walks up and he's like, I'm gonna eat dinner with Tommy Lee Jones! Come on, guys! And then Tommy Lee Jones pulls him aside and he says, Jim, I cannot sanction your buffoonery.
It's amazing.
He apparently could not stand Jim Carrey.
Jim, this is no country for old men. Well, Jesus, I mean, honestly, I think Jim Carrey was like a perfect, like, right place, right time kind of dude. Like, I watch his stuff now, like his zany, like, comedy stuff, and just like, it does not land anymore. It's
Yeah.
dated. This comedy isn't funny.
We've never seen that before at the time, and now it's
Yeah,
too much.
Oh yeah, it's not common now. It's just
Yeah.
it's not funny. It's just like it's wacky. It was the same reason Adam Sandler could be funny. Adam Sandler isn't funny now. I'd like to think the general populace does not find him funny anymore.
Yeah.
Whereas back in the Happy Gilmore and Billy Madison days, like everybody thought it was funny.
Yeah.
Everyone thought the Jew song was hilarious, and it's literally him just saying like not funny things
Yeah.
in like a silly voice.
Oh,
Yeah, that's a perfect Adam Sandler impression. So I mean, Jim Carrey's kind of on that same level at this point. Fight me, I said it.
Somehow this movie tops it with being ludicrous.
Yeah.
Next, Freeze just kind of bops Batman on the head. He knocks him down.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
kind of inconsistent damage power levels in this movie.
Right. Freeze is just manhandling Batman, and he doesn't even.
He doesn't act like he's a threat.
Yeah, he'll like knock Batman down. He's trapped in a rocket ship with Batman.
That's his escape vehicle, not a van, a rocket ship.
No, it's not his rocket. It's not his escape vehicle. It's his plan to kill Batman.
It's his plan to kill Batman, and then apparently ICBM Gotham City.
Yeah. So he wanted to get in this rocket to fly up into space to freeze Batman.
So we can make a pun. Deep cold of space, Batman.
Yeah, which isn't even a pun. He's like, in space, your heart will freeze, Batman. Like, yeah, probably.
Yeah.
It'll be cold up there, sure. So, but he knocks Batman over, and then he like continues like futzing with his controls.
He knows Batman's
wiggling
not
his
dead.
joysticks. Yeah. Or restrained in any way.
He's just
he just effortlessly just like punches him and he falls over and he just does that. What's crazy to me is he has this elaborate scheme to bring Batman into space in a rocket ship in order to freeze Batman. It'd be, real convenient if Mr. Freeze had some other item in his possession that he used to freeze people.
Moments earlier.
Like a freeze gun. He had it there. He had it there. He had it on him. It was with him.
Mr. Freeze decides the best course of action now is to jump out of the rocket ship so that he can jetpack away, leaving Batman and Robin trapped on the rocket. So Batman and Robin have to escape. So they use a bat heat ray and a bat bomb, I guess, to blow up the rocket before it smashes into Gotham. And then they sky surf away, and Robin literally says "Cowabunga."
He says "Cowabunga." He apes the Ninja Turtles.
Yes.
Why? Who is that for?
It's for toys? Kids?
Did the kids think Cowabunga was cool?
It's a reference?
I always thought Cowabunga was like
It's a
something
very
adults
surfer.
kids thought were cool.
Yeah.
Surfers didn't say Cowabunga.
I think you're right with the adults thought that surfers said certain things, and then the Ninja Turtles did it because they were already kind of making fun of stereotypes.
Right. I have never seen, and I was a child in the 90s, I have never seen someone go Cowabunga, dude.
You just didn't know enough rad people.
I guess not. I guess I was lame.
You didn't know Robin. Robin's a cool dude because he gets frozen solid.
He just jumps point blank at Mr. Freeze as he's pointing his freeze ray at him.
He's reckless. He gets frozen because he's reckless. And Batman has to save him by dunking him in water, using the bat laser to heat up the water.
Like a chicken breast.
Now, I guess never mind that when cells freeze, they burst and stuff like that. And Robin immediately is like, did we get him?
Yeah.
Boing. Next, we're in lightning jungles of Jumanji.
Yeah, Uma Thurman's doing experiments. She's not doing the experiments. She's an assistant to a mad scientist. Actually a mad scientist. And somehow this is something that was sanctioned by Wayne Enterprises. She's in a castle in the middle of the South American jungle. It looks like something out of Dr. Strangelove.
Yeah, it's some giant creepy mansion on a cliff with lightning.
I guess we'll point it out now just for the viewers, because I'm sure there's some people who will be watching and say, like, you guys don't get it. Like, he's trying to do the campy 60s, like, Adam West style comic book Batman.
Right.
We get that.
But he has to stay within the style of the franchise he's in, which is the creepy Tim Burton franchise.
Right. He's mixing the two. The tone isn't landing.
Yeah.
I get that's what he's going for. He is not executing
He's trying to
at all.
Like you were saying before, with the audience, just like Jim Carrey's humor doesn't work anymore.
Mm-hmm.
The Adam West stuff just doesn't work anymore.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to think. Did anyone ask for that? Not like actually ask for that, but was there ever a climate where you would think in the 90s, like, we're gonna bring back 60s camp?
No. I can't think of it because I remember as a kid I was like, this is corny.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things that everyone loved about Tim Burton's Batman was
At the
dark
time-
and edgy at the time.
At the time, for a superhero property, it was like the darkest, most realistic, edgy thing.
Yeah, watching it now, it's campy as hell.
Yeah.
But then it wasn't.
No.
Now I just remember the scene where Batman's stressing about telling his girlfriend that he's Batman. I'm Batman. I'm Batman. He's gonna do it with hopes that like this like seals the deal for him getting laid tonight.
Yeah.
He's gonna give up his fucking identity.
Michael Keaton's Batman is still the most unhinged Batman.
I want to see the new movie with him as it because I just want to see if he's just as reckless with his identity and everything else.
But anyhow, yes, Uma Thurman, she's a nerdy assistant to a literal mad scientist. He has a Frankenstein table where he has some kind of skinny felon guy straps him up with his goons and puts a luchador mask on him. And he has beakers that say and he says, "It's okay to scream now." Lightning strike, and he injects him with
He does. I'm not gonna lie, I like the delivery of that line.
the corny stuff.
That actor is good.
Yeah.
I forget what his name is. That actor is really good. He plays Lex Luthor's dad in the Smallville television series,
really?
and that's what I remember him from. Yeah, he plays Lionel Luthor. Lionel is like, "It's okay to scream now." He just turns it on.
But yeah, he turns it on, and we got like balloony muscles come up, and we got dumbest version of Bane you could have.
Yeah, this is far from Tom Hardy's Bane.
The comics.
I was born in the darkness. No, it is
Folded by it.
Bird.
Bird. Basically, Pokemon level intelligence.
It's worse than Pokemon.
Pokemon can be smart.
If Pikachu understands if you're sad, I don't know what Bane does.
Watching on at this mad scientist experiment is the world's dictator stereotype, and then he kills like two of them. But the mad scientist is gleeful, of course, because he's a mad scientist. My creation is...
And it shows how good his creation is. He's gonna sell it to other people.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that. We don't know that they're dead. It's not like Bane like hammer blows their heads into canoes or anything. More on that later.
But-
Foreshadowing.
But Uma Thurman isn't happy about it. She's like, I don't want military applications. I didn't know you're a mad scientist somehow. I didn't know that. And I'm going to turn you into the authority.
Which, it's kind of weird because, like, Uma Thurman does an initial rant about how, like, humans are destroying the planet and the world would be better off without humans and we need these plants and Mother Nature should prevail. Yada, yada, yada.
At this stage, she's
You already know she's poison ivy. So it sounds like she's kind of on board with anything that's kind of fuck humans. And then this happens. It's a little jarring that she's all of a sudden like, you are going to work with war criminals? I hate the idea of people killing people. She should love that. And I get that maybe if she was normal, she wouldn't, but it didn't sound like she was normal.
It's probably an inhibition.
She's like raving like a stark lunatic the first time you meet her.
Yeah.
Even before that. Oh, and also there's the weird like sexual thing between the mad scientist and her.
Alright, so yeah, mad scientist wants to get it on, but she's like, ew.
Yeah, no, I just told you I hate you because
Yeah.
you don't stand for plants. Also, I'd rather fuck plants.
So he's like, I don't take rejection well. So he pushes a beaker table over onto her, and all kinds of chemicals pour on her.
He says, I'm afraid I don't take rejection well, so I guess you'll have to die.
Yeah. He has good camp.
The villains here, at least Nicolas Cage style, delivers their camp without winking at the camera, save for George Clooney. Fuck that guy. More on it later. Chris O'Donnell, he's just a bad actor, and Alicia Silverstone, she's just a bad actor. But George Clooney, this movie has solidified how horrible George Clooney as an actor is, and he has just failed up his entire life. The dude has failed up because he's
Objectively,
like he's the counterpart to Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
Like as far as attractiveness, like the dude is just good looking, and he has failed up his entire life because he can't act for beans. He is an awful actor.
You don't think he could act for beans? I think he could act for a can of beans.
For maybe one can of beans. I don't know. If I said, like, do me a good Edmond Dantes, I'd be like, why are you smirking ass? And I'd drive off. I'll give you a can of beans for something else.
So anyhow, cut back to Batman and Robin. They're watching Freeze's backstory. He's a normal man, scientist in a lab coat, aside from being Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh, yeah. No, they also mentioned he's a decathlon athlete.
They did mention that?
They explain why he's a British house. Yeah. Which he could just, like, wanna be athletic, but they have to add it.
Yeah.
Because this is back in the 90s, like, you can't be smart and strong. That doesn't make sense.
Well, to be fair, he is Mr. Looking Big.
I mean, I think people who become the tops of their fields are probably very, like, driven people who also, if they want to be healthy, will take that to the max.
Yeah, I agree. A lot of people who are like that are sociopaths.
Yeah.
So...
But we have to be like, he's also an Olympian. Yeah. In this movie.
I'm just impressed that they actually
just
did
explain his muscles. Yeah, they do say it.
But anyway, it explains... I don't know how they have this footage or why somebody's recording it. But anyway, he's with his sick wife, who is in, like, cryostasis. It's basically showing his tragic backstory. If you've seen the cartoon or anything, you know that his wife has a rare syndrome that means she has to be cryogenically frozen.
I would wager that Mr. Freeze is probably the most known backstory of all the Batman villains. I think most regular people would know Mr. Freeze's backstory if you asked them. Basically because he's not even, like, the animated series thing.
Yeah, the animated series is what made him a legitimate, serious villain.
Yeah.
Before he's like, I'm a freeze ray.
Right. And he wore a fur coat.
Goggles.
He had goggles.
And a lot of Batman's villains have, like, mixed backstories.
This is the only one that has one stayed the same, and it's, I think, compelling enough that...
Yeah. So his story is his wife's cryogenically frozen because she's sick, and then he stumbles into poorly OSHA-regulated facilities cryo liquid.
Yeah, they fail on that one. Because I think in the animated series, what happens is his funding is cut by someone else. But in this, he has this vat of cryogenic liquid. For some reason, his computers are on a suspended level. He has this tank filled with this cryo liquid.
Yeah.
It's fancier looking, but think of the height of an above ground pool.
Yeah.
And then he has stairs that go up to the edge.
There's a
catwalk.
For some reason.
Right above it. Which is where his main computer station is.
With no railing.
No railing. Right in front of the fucking pool. And then...
Somebody leaves a banana peel.
He kind of falls backwards and just goes like... And he falls in it.
He has the Arnold voice.
He does.
For some reason. It's supposed to be like just surveillance footage. But it still has the...
They explain why he's in a brick shed house, but they don't bother to explain. Like, he's also Austrian.
Yeah.
They know the audience knows he's Arnold Schwarzenegger, and for some reason, all suspended our disbelief that he has that goofy accent.
I didn't question it. Yeah.
He could be a twin to Danny DeVito, and you're like, yeah, he's got the accent. They're twins.
Now he's Mr. Freeze.
Yeah.
And he has a cryo suit. He has to have the cryogenic suit to keep him alive.
And interesting take on this. So Mr. Freeze is trying to steal a diamond. Yeah, his cryogenic suit in this movie runs on diamonds. Because apparently his suit uses lasers that refract through the diamonds. That's what cools the suit. Which is why you keep seeing pouring little diamonds in the suit.
I didn't catch that.
Yeah.
I like this movie the more we talk about it.
You.
So back to Poison Ivy. Uma Thurman at least commits to the bit. So she is going hard, like you said.
She's the best out of all of them.
Yes, and like you said, it's like Nicolas Cage. Even if it's a terrible role, terrible script, he'll still go give it his all.
Yeah, he will 100% do it with all seriousness. He will never wink or, in this case, smirk at the camera.
It's not like this is too silly for me. I'm above this.
She understood the assignment. She's like, this is campy 50s style Batman. She even talks in I don't know if you noticed that, she talks in like a 50s Dame, like radio voice.
Yeah, 100%.
Not like a femme fatale voice, but like a radio voice almost.
How are you doing, big boy?
Yeah!
Here we come back to the mad scientist lair, and the goo has enveloped her, and she rises out of the ground with cheesy effects, of course. And she is now Poison Ivy.
And this is a running theme in this movie. She sees the mad scientist, she's like, actually, I love you and would love to kiss you.
Dudes are you're hot.
Dudes are just like, yeah, absolutely, let's do that.
To be fair, this guy was trying to get it in before. But
That's true, but I mean, it even works on the Batman. And George Clooney said he was trying to play him gay, so I mean...
Which meant he failed at that.
Yeah.
So she sees, after she kills man scientist, because her kiss is poison, she says, "Don't you know, big boy?
I'm
poison." And she finds a Wayne Enterprises beaker, and then Bane screams.
Oh yeah, they have the same scene. They use the same shot of when Bane makes his first reveal that he's a fully muscle bound Bane. He just has his arms in the strongman's pose, and his arms like curled. Bane. And then so you have like 4 scenes. Like you have a scene where like Batman and Alfred are talking or doing some shit, and then like Poison Ivy dies. And then you go back to Batman, and then you come to this scene. This scene ends, and then it just gives you a shot of Bane. That same shot where it's like, Bane! So you feel like you've just been down there this whole time, just shouting the whole time. And his intellect is to the level where your brain thinks like maybe he was. I don't know. Does he need to eat? He gets offended. Pumped into his brain now.
We'll find out later that he's constantly being pumped with things.
Constantly, 100%.
So next we cut to Freeze, and he's in a corny ice cream shop watching like a literal Christmas movie.
Yeah.
And
he's watching. It's the two. You have I'm Mr. Snow. You have Heat Miser.
What's the cold guy?
Jack Frost. Cold Miser. Yeah.
I'm cold, very cold. Whatever the song is.
I'm Mr. Cold Miser. I'm Mr. Snow. I'm Mr. Tangelo.
Yeah. Then he's trying to conduct it, sing along. He's trying to get his goons to sing along. He's like,
who are fucking freezing. He's like in a bathrobe. He's like, sing now, sing. And they're all like shaking. He's like, they have like cafeteria trays, like a high school caf. But they're in complete blocks of ice, and they're like trying to shake their food out. Fucking miserable. I don't know why they're following this man.
There's plenty of gangs as we see.
It's never made clear that he's paying them.
I guess in Gotham you just have to join the gang.
Batman is so screwed up the power dynamic. Either you're Robin or you join a gang.
Yeah,
that's what it's like when you're young.
Join some supervillains gang.
Yeah.
Some sexy chick walks up and she's trying to flirt with the Freeze. He says, "I only have eyes for my wife," or something.
Right, which is cool. It sets up. Well, I'm sorry. That scene was not cool. But I get what Joel Schumacher's doing. He's trying to be like, Freeze is really driven for his loved one.
Yeah, motivation.
But also, she's his henchman, and she's dressed like a Playboy bunny. She's like in a blue nightie with thigh-high stockings,
but you said she's dressed like a hooker.
She's dressed like a hooker.
Because she is. She's like an Alaska hooker, I guess.
Yeah, she's like an Alaska hooker. She's his henchman. Like, he's the one who's like, this is your uniform.
Yeah, you're the one that does the theming, clearly.
Everyone else is in hockey gear.
Yeah.
So, I get where Joel Schumacher was going. Again, he missed the mark as to how he wouldn't have hired that woman. Or he would have hired her and just put her in the hockey gear like the rest of the henchmen.
We will find out in trivia later that Joel Schumacher
is an idiot. In retrospect, I'm a bad filmmaker.
I have one good idea left, and that's for a phone booth movie with Colin Farrell, who would probably be a good penguin someday. But
he's not a good penguin. Everything in that movie is bad.
Okay.
I wish I got to read that.
Okay,
we're not gonna go back though.
Let's talk about this movie. So next, Alicia Silverstone appears for the first time. She visits Wayne Manor looking for her Uncle Alfred. So later she puts on a rebellious leather jacket and sneaks into a garage to steal a motorcycle. So I guess she's from Oxford.
Yeah. Honestly, everything with that Alicia Silverstone is in is quite honestly pretty forgettable. She gives the worst delivery of her lines.
There's a reason why she doesn't appear too much in the movie.
What, she's too clueless?
We'll find out in the trivia section.
Perfect.
Stay tuned. Next, Uma Thurman is being driven by Bane. For some reason's in a disguise. Still wearing luchador now.
Yeah, he's in a stupid trench coat and hat, like Tyrant. He's like Tyrant in Resident Evil. He's dressed like Tyrant.
Mr. X.
Mr. X, sorry. But with a luchador mask. So it hoses of green venom coming from his back, the back of his head.
And Uma Thurman's even wearing a disguise, which she doesn't need to. Because she still looks like Uma Thurman.
She still looks like a person. She doesn't need to wear a disguise.
Her hair is red. That's the only difference.
And she puts on a wig.
Yeah. And the green stuff and the stuff she puts on her eyes, that's clearly not part of her body because she can take it off.
She can take it off. She does frequently. She's in a different outfit every time. Like,
Actually.
I don't know. I have looked up the toys, and there is a complete lack of toys that one-for-one match this movie. So the other reason that Uma Thurman changes her clothes, and it's probably the more accurate reason, is because studio executives are like, well, what are the ladies gonna like in this movie?
Different outfits.
We're gonna put Poison Ivy in different outfits. Because she's in a lot. She's in a different outfit every single scene. She's in a different outfit.
Oh my god, you're right. That's exactly what they did with Phantom Menace.
They did, and that's what they did in this.
Women like clothes.
They don't like
cultural
hairstyles.
Like to change their clothes. Don't women got a lot of shoes? Don't women change their clothes a lot? Don't they take a long time to get ready? That's women.
Don't they get turned around by a man, even if that man has the intellect of a fucking goldfish?
That man probably can't drive because he's stupid.
Yeah, Bane's fucking driving! Oh my god! Can you imagine Bane like handling a four-way stop?
This Bane?
Yeah, this Bane.
I can figure it.
Punching the wheel, rip it off.
Cut to a few minutes later, he's impaled through the sternum from the steering wheel. Oh. But anyway, she's driving to a press junket where Bruce Wayne is at for a satellite array that's going to be launched. And a news reporter oversteps his bounds, and he's like,
when are you two gonna get married? You've been together for a while now.
Men and women are supposed to get married.
And George Clooney gives straight up the same performance that a 5-year-old would do if they were told to act flustered. He goes like, well, I don't know. I'm not paraphrasing, by the way.
No,
this is an accurate impersonation. He goes, honey, can you help me out?
Brucey, you and the exquisite Julie Madison have been going out forever. Are you going to tie the knot?
Marriage? Marriage. You wanna give me a hand here?
He's got Bruce Wayne gay.
That's what he thinks it is.
Those scenes, it kind of felt like that.
So Poison Ivy, she interrupts, disguised as herself.
With different color hair. Not even disguised, because she introduces herself. She's like,
as herself.
I'm Dr. Isley.
Who is what I am.
Who is my actual identity.
Literally more me than Poison Ivy.
I'm in your employee roster. You have my social security number.
Anyway, she has a big, thick book proposal, over 50 pages. And Bruce Wayne glances at the front of it. He's like, I reject this outright and publicly humiliate you.
To be fair, he does tell her it's a good idea, but also what are we going to do when we, well, he says you're going to eliminate all my corporations because you don't like their carbon footprint, but he doesn't say it in those terms, but he's saying, like, if that's what she's asking him to do. And then he says, like, well, my corporations also provide a lot of people food and a lot of people jobs, so what do you do for those people? You're going to leave, like, 200,000 people homeless?
Oh, good. I'm actually on her side on this one.
So anyway, jobs.
Fuck them. Fuck Bruce Wayne, dude. Seriously. Anyhow, Freeze
excellent.
Well, your intentions are noble, but no diesel fuel for heat, no coolants to preserve food. Millions of people would die of cold and hunger alone.
Acceptable losses in the battle to save the planet?
People come first, Dr. Eisner.
Good. I wish she kissed him right there. Freeze watches. Also, that's probably her turning point. Oh no, she killed that scientist. But I guess she was trying the legal way.
She was.
Public humiliation broke her mind. Bruce Wayne.
She didn't act like she was publicly humiliated.
She acted kind of like, well, I tried that. That didn't work. So I'll try it the other way.
She didn't. She does tell everybody, like, what will you do when the plants who have been on this earth longer than you murder you? Yeah. And everyone at the Ford race is like, my word.
Mammals. A day of reckoning is coming. That's right. The same plants and flowers that saw you crawl from the primordial soup will reclaim this planet, and there will be no one to protect you. You You must be new in town. In Gotham City, Batman and Robin protect us, even from plants and flowers.
There's a lot of fundraisers and galas in this movie where everyone's like in black tie affair clothing.
There's at least 2.
I think that was that thing.
Oh, there's 3. There's 3 in this.
There's 3. There's 3.
So Freeze watches his home movies again, and a goon interrupts him because important news. But Freeze hates it when people interrupt during the movie, so he freezes the goon.
The villains do, well, sans Bane, the villains do a good job of like, giving it their all and just like committing to it. Arnold's giving a very Arnold performance.
Yeah.
But he
But
could
fun Arnold.
you could tell he's trying to be this like fun, campy Mr. Freeze, and he is nailing it.
Yeah.
Like that's what it takes to like suspend my disbelief. You just have to be earnest about it.
Yeah.
George Clooney is in this movie acting like he is too cool to be in this movie.
Yeah.
The whole time. He seems embarrassed to be in a nerd movie.
So, okay, next we're at another fancy gathering, kind of. It's a jumble-themed club. But it's clearly fancy enough to have super rich people auction stuff, because Commissioner Gordon appears presenting Batman and Robin to this crowd of fancy pants people who are going to bid on an auction for some kind of rare diamond.
But to be fair, this is a trap that was set up by Batman.
Yes, intentionally. He's like, "Do you think it'll work?"
Because he knows Freeze needs these diamonds.
Yeah.
To power his suit. He doesn't know why Freeze needs bigger diamonds, but he knows Freeze wanted a diamond, he stole a diamond.
Yeah.
So he's getting the Wayne family diamonds.
Is that what it was? So you see, the smart thing to do would have been to have that be a plastic fake thing. And so even if it does get stolen, it won't work, but it'll still lure and all. But this isn't... Okay.
Also, why make it the Wayne family diamonds? Like, why is Batman? That's the other thing for their trap. Like, Batman and Robin are there in costume, standing with the commissioner in the middle of the party. Like, also, everyone like doesn't react that Batman and Robin are there.
Yeah.
No one thinks that's cool.
Well, I get the vibe in this movie that at this point, Batman has so much sway in Gotham City that he's basically the mayor.
He does have a credit card.
Yeah.
Someone let him get a credit card. He filled in Batman, and they're like, well, can we have some bank accounts? He's like, nah.
Yeah. He gets so much leeway.
What's your social security number?
Is this whose account? This has to go through a social security number, name, a birth certificate, we need something. I'm Batman.
I'm Batman.
Fine.
You can have one. Unlimited credit.
I like imagine Bruce Wayne. It's just Bruce Wayne's.
Just Bruce Wayne has a bat symbol on it, and it says Batman. I'm just a Batman fan.
Yeah. So exotic music plays as a furry gorilla does sexy dances, and it's Poison Ivy. We find out that this fuzzy, sexy dancing gorilla is Poison Ivy.
Yeah, it's pretty hilarious. She slowly pulls off like the gloves, and it's like Poison Ivy hands, and she pulls off the mask, and it's her head. And it's a fairly elaborate entrance. Like all of a sudden, there are these like Chippendales dancers that are there
with a strangely choreographed sequence for being spur of the moment.
Yeah, where they're like carrying her all around, and they're being human staircases for her,
letting her step on their backs. And it's over the top in a good way.
Yeah,
a weird way. So she's a running theme of her glowing, visible pink pixie dust in people's faces, which I thought, up until a point in this movie, was just for the audience's benefit, so they get what's going on.
Right, but it is not, because the characters pointed out.
Yeah.
Specifically, she tries to do this on Freeze, and Freeze looks at the dust, goes, "Pheromones mixed with dust. It won't work on people whose hearts are cold."
Yeah. Good point.
But he looks at it. Well,
I thought he smelled it or something.
He does smell it, but he also makes eye contact with it and points it out as dust. He calls it dust.
Yeah.
He doesn't say like, pheromones. He calls it dust, which means like he's looking at it. Which also means Batman and Robin keep letting Poison Ivy blow pink dust in her face.
That's the problem, means that they've seen this glowing pink note anyhow. This auction over, the auctioneers start to auction Poison Ivy off.
Oh, they do.
And
I forgot about
like,
that.
I'll do 10,000 for Poison Ivy. What a piece of ass, am I right, Lee?
Yeah.
She's like, boys.
Yeah, she eats it up. She's like, boys, you want a piece of me?
So she blows dust in Batman, Bruce Wayne's. No, it's Batman.
It's Batman. He's Batman. You think he would have been Bruce Wayne because he's at the gala? No, he's Batman.
And she's like, hey, I like him. You know, I like him like Batman. Oh, wait, maybe I like him young and vigorous like Robin. I'm going to turn you two against each other. Using this pixie pheromone dust.
And I blew into both of your faces, see?
And then the rest of the audience is bidding on her up to 500,000, and then Batman is like, I'll do $1 billion because here's my bet credit card.
I forgot that's why his credit card comes out, because he's bidding on Poison Ivy.
Yeah.
And he's bidding astronomical Bruce Wayne levels of money on her.
Which it would have been awkward because he would have won. And then they would have had to run the card, and then we'd find out, anyhow. And then he would have bought Poison Ivy. But anyhow.
That's problematic for Batman.
Luckily, that gets interrupted from the worst wire fu ever because Freeze, presumably 7,000-ton man in a robot suit, swings on a vine. He was more than swings, flies. Just straight flies.
He's on the ground and he grabs a vine.
And he's
on the ground.
Floats in a straight line.
He floats in a straight line up to an elevated position. He's not swinging.
He launches up to see Ivy. That's when she blows the dust in his face, and he's like, too cold for this. He leaves in his Freeze movie.
Which is a stupid looking car with spikes on the front of it.
Yeah. But a good Burger King toy, presumably.
Did you have the Burger King toy?
I feel like there were probably like free Burger King wind up
Dude, I
toys.
could go for Burger King right now. Why did COVID have to ruin fast food? Burger King's probably closed. It was open at midnight.
It's not open at midnight anymore?
No.
Really?
Yeah, it hasn't been ever since COVID.
But what about 4th now?
Gone.
Really?
Yeah, Taco Bell has been closing at 10 p.m.
That's probably good.
10? No, it's not good. What about all these employees that don't have jobs?
Fuck off! Moving on. So, why does Mr. Freeze need to drive through a giant statue for no reason, right? Try to switch. Okay. So Gotham City is a weird Tim Burton city still, and it's got giant statues in the middle of this Chicago-like
Giant. Think of like the Statue of Liberty. Instead of being on Ellis Island, it was in Times Square. And there were 10 of them.
Freeze shoots ice beams at it and drives through it.
Yeah, he's driving on the road, and then he decides to drive through that.
So why doesn't he just drive normally to his hideout?
To be fair, he's being chased by Batman, but they don't make that known
They don't
before he does
establish
that.
Until after he drives.
Yeah, so it looks like he's just driving to his hideout, and then he just blows a hole into his statue and then drives through it.
With the most blatant way you
And
can.
then after a while, we're like, oh, he's being chased by Batman.
Oh, that's why.
He's trying to escape.
And Batman almost kills Robin at this point because there's this subplot of him not trusting Robin enough.
Right, he thinks Robin's gonna get hurt, so he doesn't want Robin to risk getting into trouble.
So in this middle of this high-speed chase with
On
like
statue's
off ramps, yeah, he turns off Robin's motorcycle, which seems more like a way to get somebody killed than save them.
Yeah.
Because it almost does.
For some reason, he's telling Robin, who is on a motorcycle, and Batman being in the Batmobile, like a 10,000-ton car.
Which should not work as well as a motorcycle for jumps.
Right. But Batman's for some reason saying that Robin can't make the jump. Because they're going to have to jump off the fingers of the statue onto another building.
Gee, man, you could have made that decision earlier in the road before you're on a statue. But yeah.
So yeah, he just breaks Robin's motorcycle.
Robin's understandably pissed, like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it doesn't go well for Robin. It's not like it slows slowly to a stop.
No, there's sparks involved.
Yeah, and he like instantly loses control of it and it's like sliding on his side.
Yeah. It's like he's driving a Tesla and the wheel comes off in the middle of the highway.
Yeah.
So anyway, Batman easily KOs Freeze, bops him, and then he passes out.
Oh yeah, he just flies through the window and then like just punches Freeze once and Freeze is down.
So Freeze is apprehended. And back in the Batcave, Batman and Robin have a falling out over what just happened and trust issues.
Yeah, Robin keeps saying like, you're just mad that Poison Ivy would want me over you.
And he's like, yeah.
But he's not like, yeah.
No,
he gets over it early. He gets over the pheromones really quick.
Yeah, Batman, to his credit as the main character, realizes what's happening. He's like, I really do want her, but that's the problem. Something's wrong with this.
Right. After all, I'm a gay man.
God. Batman and Robin, they have their falling out. Alfred records something on a compact disc. His Fire mixtape. And then Alfred says to Bruce that he is a pig-headed control freak. And then Robin sneaks up on Alicia Silverstone, returning the bike, and she judo throws Robin, further humiliating Robin in this movie.
Yeah, Robin gets the raw end of the stick on this movie.
He's whiny, he gets beat up by Alicia Silverstone.
He gets beat up by me.
Yeah, we'll find out later. It's pretty great. And so, yes, Freeze is apprehended, and we see in Arkham, Jesse Ventura is scooting Arnold into his cell in a refrigerator. Remember, he has to be constantly cooled.
And it has to be in an actual 50-style refrigerator.
Yeah. He tries to run away, but he can't because he's like, oh, it's not cold enough.
Yeah, he needs to be precisely on his bed. Yeah. Which is kind of torturous. They could have at least made his cell cold. Not like a little spotlight on his bed.
It would have been funny if there's like 17 AC units.
Like a bunch of window units.
So Bane and Ivy break into a condemned Turkish bath where a gang of neon skull dudes attack Bane.
There's so much of this movie that has been already overwritten by my brain in the course of like 3 hours.
Somehow forgettable, huh?
Like, yeah, it's coming back.
That's why I have to take notes. I would not remember. But yeah, there's cartoon sound effects like, and Ivy puts her magic pants on the ground and makes this her lair.
Plants.
Autocorrect, folks.
I was like, not in the movie I saw.
I'm like Anchorman. I just read it exactly as I see it. Ron Burgundy. Oh.
Your delivery was Nicolas Cage levels of not winking at the camera. Like, and then she puts her magic pants on the ground and makes that her lair.
It's written, must be right. Oh. Shit. Anyhow, Julie asks Bruce about marriage. They're having a nice dinner. Julie is apparently his girlfriend.
Yeah.
Maybe she's the journalist from the first Keaton movie.
No, she's not.
No, I don't. So she's asking him about marriage, but all he can think about is Uma Thurman.
Right, he's like daydreaming about her. And then he calls her Ivy.
And she's like, why did you call me Ivy? And he's like, smirk.
What does he say?
Well, she asks who's Ivy. He's like, I wish I knew.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Robin can't figure out who Ivy is with forensic software.
He can't?
No, remember?
No, I don't remember. I remember him looking, but I figured he knew who she was.
So he's got like a forensic device to like look up close at a picture of her face and stuff. It's like, she knows who she was at the fundraiser.
She announces it.
Yeah.
So he couldn't figure it out. Was he just trying to find good pictures of her to wink to?
Yeah, he's like, no. Excuse, yeah, because Barbara comes in and...
I'm just doing forensic research.
Yeah. So she's
the best way to figure out someone is to figure out what they look like when they're peeing on the toilet.
So we know Robin's kinks. But Barbara's kink is to go to an underground cartoon gangland motorcycle race competition. So that's a subplot. And Coolio
it's a scene, it's not a subplot.
You didn't see this. No, it's a sort of a subplot. Because she gets kicked out of Oxford because of underground.
Oh, that's right, because she got some money doing underground motorcycle racing.
Yeah. And Coolio was there. You didn't see him. Coolio was there.
Wow, he was in the Gangster's Paradise?
Yeah, it was, yeah. At least the music in the scene does kind of slap. They're doing a motorcycle race. And it's like,
It does. It gives you a good 90s look techno.
Yeah, 90s. And goons spring a trap, but the trap is like some green fire, which is supposed to make you fall off your bike. But I don't understand how anybody was supposed to complete this race, because the bridge that they were all driving on just ends. And this bridge is 7 billion feet up in the air.
Yeah.
There's no ground in sight. They're ridiculously high up, and the bridge just ends. So nobody could have completed this race without dying. They actually did her a favor by knocking her off of the bike.
They could have just pretended like he fell sooner.
And Robin was there too.
He's following her. I don't know how he gets into the motorcycle race.
He has the Batmocycle. Barbara explains now to Dick Grayson that she was kicked out of Oxford for street racing, and she tells Dick that Alfred's sick. Bruce says he can tell he's dying, and then he smirks like George Clooney smirks.
He smirks throughout this whole... He doesn't get one line without smirking. Not one. That was one of the things I was watching for. He smirks throughout the whole thing.
He does.
This General Hospital smirk.
E.R. Get it straight. Look at this smirk.
This is fucking smirk. There it is. There it fucking is. That's it.
That's a smirk.
That's the man who failed up. Be good looking, be bad at acting. Fucking fail up. There it is.
You know that show was made by Michael Clayton? Did you know that?
Doctor, he's dead.
Oh no. That's too bad.
You getting off on this, Doctor?
No, I just have resting smug face.
He's lucky he became an actor, because that's like a face that'd get fucking punched. Oh, look, what?
Is he not smiling anymore?
Doesn't look like he is. Because he's with someone who's objectively cooler than him and he knows it.
Oh no.
That's them all.
He's not used to that feeling.
Yeah, that's his wife. I don't even know. I am a lawyer and I don't understand how this works. She's like a prosecutor of like war criminals. Hey Putin, come face trial at NATO. No.
Even the US is like, no.
Yeah. Well, please.
Basically, that only works in like The Hague after you've defeated them entirely.
Yeah.
That's pretty sick.
You can't be like, I'm the coolest person in the room. No, you're not. Your wife is.
So anyhow, yes, Freeze is visited in Arkham by Ivy and Bane. They kill the guards, and then they kind of lock themselves into Freeze's cell. And then they are desperate to escape before the police break in, even though it's Bane, Poison Ivy who can control all men, and Freeze, who's also just a juggernaut-sized man.
Yeah, like, Poison Ivy's plan is that Bane is going to somehow break the wall down, and he can't because it's reinforced steel. And she goes, oh no, what will we do? Even though Bane has been running rampant through Arkham Asylum collecting Mr. Freeze's like gear, the reason the cops are at the door is because Bane hasn't been bothering to stop them. He's just been like running by them.
He just grabbed what he wanted and ran by.
Yeah, so he runs by with Mr. Freeze's gear. He runs by other cops in that hallway and then like goes into his room and shuts the door. And the cops are like, where did that big luchador man go with Mr. Freeze's gear? Oh, he went to Mr. Freeze's house. Let's go stop him.
The only time in the entire movie is the police are even like given lip service as to an institution.
Yeah.
So anyhow, they of course escape using some weird breathing of pipes, and before the police can break in, they get out. Batman and Robin say they're over Ivy. Oh, I'm over her. I don't feel the effects of the pheromones. And he's like, yeah, me neither.
All those scenes mixed together because there's literally 3 scenes where Batman says he doesn't feel the pheromones, or Robin says, you were mad that she likes me more than you. He says, no, I don't. And Robin says, yes, you do. I can't believe you. You're such a stuck-up prick.
And next, they find Freeze's wife.
Before that scene ends, I do remember that Batman says that Poison Ivy had a nice set of stubs, and then Robin says nice buds, too.
There's a lot of innuendo for a kid's movie. It's sexy for a kid's movie.
It is definitely that. I mean, Poison Ivy is like eating up the screen.
They're talking about eating her out and stuff.
Are they?
At least one mission of eating her.
Maybe.
Anyhow, we find out they can see the pheromone dust. They follow it into a sewer grate. It's visible, for sure. Because they visibly see it go in the grate and they're like, look at that dust going in that grate.
That's a dust Poison Ivy's blowing in our faces.
We both saw a point.
She keeps doing it. She's done it twice already.
Apparently we could see it both times and we didn't question it.
She stops in front of us and goes, "Stop, boys," and then she blows fucking dust in our face.
And then we get mad at each other. But in this sewer, they fight Bane. This is as close to the comics as it probably gets, because they're underground fighting Bane. And they must resist Ivy's pixie dust again. And this is where Bane demolishes Robin.
Oh, he murks Robin. That's satisfying.
Ragdolls Robin. So Batman is doing something else. I think he's detectiving or something. He's dealing with Ivy.
Batman's
just dealing with Ivy, I think. Meanwhile, we cut back to Bane fighting Robin. Complete mismatch.
Bane has got him up in the air by his neck. Look, this is the best stunt work in the whole goddamn movie. Like, Bane is choking Robin. And he's choking him. And Robin's doing a goofy, like, pro wrestler, like, clutching onto Bane's hands.
Selling it.
Like with his tongue hanging out of his mouth.
Choking the life out of me.
And then Bane decides it fast enough. So he sets him down on his knees, and then he finishes him.
A hammer blow to the head.
He gives him
Ragdolling.
Gives him a single ragdoll to the forehead.
He folds Robin.
And he folds in the fucking stairwell. His soul leaves his body. It is the best stunt work I have seen since John fucking Wick. It is beautiful. He's dead. Robin's dead.
Realistically, crushed his brain in right there. Oh. But Batman walks up to the pipe and knocks Bane out. And then Batman throws Robin in the slime.
Because again, Robin's like, "I'm going to go with Ivy. She loves me."
She wants me, not
Batman's like, "No, don't do that. That's dumb." And he goes, "You're just mad that she would want me over you. You can't accept that."
Batman throws him in the slime.
Actually, that's not what happened. No, he's over the pheromone dust already. But Robin throws a punch at him and he just like, dunks him in the slime. Yeah, which also, does Batman know that that's just like goop?
The first thing that comes to my mind
Because
is the
Joker fucking... Yeah! It's like exactly the vat that Joker falls into.
There's a lot of vats.
Batman just like dunks... Yeah, or Mr. Freeze.
Yeah.
Long story short, if there's a vat of like sludge or chemicals in Gotham City, you don't want to fall into it.
Become a supervillain.
Batman just hucks him right in.
Luckily, this was just humiliation slime. Meanwhile, Commissioner Gordon, just for some reason, turns Freeze's lair onto hot mode.
Yeah! Freeze's lair is a hot mode.
Switches it on, everything turns red and goes hot. Ivy disconnects Freeze's wife's life support before they escape. She goes up to Freeze. She's like, "Batman disconnected your wife's life support." And Arden's like, "What?
What's a bitch?" And also, I don't think we touched on this. Ivy does have like a legitimate thing for Mr. Freeze. Like she wants to
Is that what it was?
Freeze romantically. Yeah.
I wasn't sure if that's what it was, or just that she wants to blame on
She
Batman.
did want to manipulate him, but she was super impressed that one, he wasn't affected by her dust. He could resist her.
Yeah.
But two, she sees him as this vehicle that could destroy the world, which is destroy mankind, which is what she wants.
Yeah, and revenge on Batman.
Yeah. But she is in him, and that's important later on.
And let's both vow to destroy the world. And Freeze, he wants to freeze the world just out of like spite.
Rage.
It's like, if I can't have any happiness, everybody dies.
Yeah.
And she is like,
Ivy's like, why stop your revenge at Batman? Why not get rid of the society that put Batman here?
and Bane walks in holding a potted plant with teeth that's kind of making human sounds, like, yeah.
Yeah. It's Little Shop of Horrors if Little Shop of Horrors didn't have a budget. Oh wait, it did, but still.
Yeah. And then Ivy is like, these are gonna take over the world.
Hey, Mr. Freeze is still on board with it for some reason. That's where you lose me. Like,
Yeah.
I might need to put your idea on ice, Ivy.
Shit. But yeah, cut back, Alfred has stage 1 McGregor syndrome.
Which is the same thing that Freeze's wife has.
Correct.
Although Freeze's wife has a more advanced stage of it, stage like 4 or whatever.
Right. Alfred, since he's on his deathbed, he gives Alicia Silverstone his mixtape collection. Barbara begins to hack into it by guessing passwords.
Her first guess is Alfred. Which, to be fair, shows her understanding of old people.
Yeah. And spoiler warning, this tactic works. But next we see Bruce realizing Ivy is trying to tear them apart. He goes to the opening of the observatory as Bruce Wayne, and Ivy sprays dust in Gordon's face. I just gotta say, the character of Commissioner Gordon is given such respect and deference in this film.
This is like none.
She says he's a gross old man, and he's like, please kiss me and kill me. Yeah.
And to be fair, like, they don't play it off like Ivy sees something worth saving in him and decides not to kill him, or hell, even just decides like, maybe I don't need to kill everybody like right now. Like, that's what I want, but I don't need to do it right now.
Yeah.
It literally is played off like he is not even worth her killing.
Yeah. When the rest of humanity is replaced by little shop horrors, he'll still be like,
I decided I didn't like old geezers, see?
But Bruce also smells the pheromone dust. He's like, Ivy's here. So he's onto the scent. But meanwhile, Bane breaks the bat signal. I guess just because it's a cool visual.
I missed that scene.
There's just a quick scene where he just breaks the bat signal.
So they can't call Batman. They literally call Batman once.
And it just kind of knows where it's
honestly, you would want the bat signal, because that draws Batman away from your position. Also, it tells every supervillain in the fucking land where Batman's going to be in the next 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Honestly, the bat signal's a stupid idea.
Originally, it was just kind of be like, well, I don't have Batman's phone number, so this will let him know that I want to contact him.
Sure, I mean, it's great, like, the first time they do it, then it's to be like, Batman, if I ever need to give you something, here's my cell phone number.
Yeah.
I'll call you, it's more incognito, you should like that, being, like, the night and whatever. Instead of being, like, giving a huge beacon to you.
I usually use Snapchat, because, if you don't mind.
Just Snapchat a picture of the Joker poisoning the water well supply.
Corey Snapchats a picture of him like posing sexy. It's like, sorry.
It's all cute, thought I might see you later. Might delete, I don't know.
Oh. Next, Bruce is at Alfred's deathbed. Barbara guesses correctly that it's Peg, his password.
Did they establish who Peg was to him?
She looks at a picture, I think.
Sure, but who's Peg to Alfred? I'm assuming that's his wife, but I don't know. They should have made me know.
I think they stopped caring.
Why couldn't you have her hack its password and it'd be tomato? Why does it gotta be something personal to Alfred if it has no point in the story? Is the password Alfred? No. Is it Alfred 420 Blaze?
This is a world, apparently, where you can have 3 alphanumeric characters without, extra characters or anything.
And that's the encrypted passcode to your...
Train those up on the computer of the CD, the compact disc. It's just straight up like video of Batman stuff. Including the thing you saw in the intro to the movie where it's the sick ass red Batman and Robin symbol flying around.
Right. It's not even like the files for everything that he uses to deal with like the Batman things, and she just clicks around and like discovers like files.
She's
and
not
images,
clicking on
like, oh wow,
files.
yeah. No, it's like she types the password and it goes password accepted. And then it like shows everything.
All the data visually presented at once.
Like at once. It's like showing her pictures of like bat planes, Batmobiles, bat suits,
bat logos.
human like Bruce Wayne's naked body. Yeah.
Alfred posing.
Why did you give that to her? I'm gonna die, so always wanted to give away Batman's secret identity.
Yeah. So she walks into the Batcave. Presumably this was to formally include her into the Bat family, because Max Headroom Alfred has recorded his brain signature. He says this. He recorded his brain signature into the Bat computer and took the liberty of making a sexy Batgirl outfit for his niece.
yeah, he did.
And there's like sick ass light show stuff, like there's laser lights and fog machines.
To be fair though, her suit doesn't have nipples. Free the nip. Fucking sucks this ass movie. Oh, and they give her shit for not being PC because she introduces herself to Batman as Batgirl.
Hi, I'm Batgirl.
Like, that's not PC. Why can't you be like Bat person?
Well, he's named Batman.
Yeah.
Essentially saying that man is the normal for humanity.
And he says it through a smirk.
Robin comes into Ivy's lair. We think he's totally simping for Ivy at this point. Like he's falling heads over heels for her. Like he crawls up to her and he's like, Ivy,
tell me your plan.
He's like, oh, silly boy, let me kiss you on the lips. Killed people before in this movie.
You've seen it happen.
Then he does it, then it doesn't kill him.
Yes. wax lips. He has lip condoms on.
Yeah. And then he peels them off, but he's still less than a foot away from her face.
Yeah, she could just grab him and do it.
It's like, oh, come here. And he'd be like, oh shit! But no, it doesn't work like that. He tricks her successfully. And the reason he does this is because he's apparently recording her, but, you know, he just gets pushed into the water because Robin gets no respect in this film. It's the second or third time that he gets pushed in this movie into liquid.
Yeah.
Batman falls into a vine trap. We basically just get the idea that they've been pixie dusted so much in this movie that they've built up an immunity.
They're immune to her poison.
Yeah.
She has so many opportunities to pixie dust them and doesn't.
Yeah. But luckily, Batman's saved by Clueless, who fights Ivy one-on-one. Girl fight! Cat fight!
That's right.
She mentions that she was the one who told Mr. Freeze. But all three of the Bat family are now discussing with one another, killing Ivy later. No, they don't. They just killing Alicia Silverstone.
Killing Alicia Silverstone in front of Alicia Silverstone.
No, it's much. We'll kill you later.
We'll kill her later. Come on.
Come on.
But you thought it was about Ivy they were talking. It would have been hilarious.
That would have been better.
Probably don't latch on like, wait, we gotta kill Ivy now.
We'll kill her later. That's what I thought it was. I was like, whoa. This movie got real. But first, before
like it's folding the laundry. We'll kill her later, come on.
Take out the dirty laundry.
She'll be here, we can kill her then.
Yeah. But no. First they have to unsuccessfully stop Freeze from killing a lot of people. Which he does. Indisputably, he must be killing lots of people because he has a giant ice beam.
To be fair, they established that once he freezes you, you have 11 minutes before you're dead.
Yeah, in this universe. But still,
like
he's
11 minutes
half
is
of
how long a body can be frozen in Freeze's ice technology.
Yeah, his technology, you can be unthawed 11 minutes, yes. But he does freeze like half of Gotham City. And we see the close-up of Bat grappling hooks like 30 times.
Yeah, so many. It shows you the wrist, the hook shooting out, the hook flying through the sky, a reaction shot of them like hoping that the hook lands, the hook landing on whatever surface it's supposed to go to.
Just
and
about
then
every
finally
conceivable way that a grappling hook could hook is shown.
So many times.
And lots of wire food to go along with it. But Batman and Robin have ice vehicles and ice-themed costumes. And Batgirl, I guess, has a hazing ritual is given just a regular motorcycle to ride on ice. But yeah, they're all in Bat ice costumes. They're all driving simultaneously towards Freeze's new lair. And they have like Bat heater devices. And Batman fights Freeze. Bane chokes the other two at once, but they pull the tubes out of his mask, which immediately reverts him back into a skinny dude.
They also do it so effortlessly. It's like trying to pick up a dime with your feet. It's not like they strongly kick it or anything or slice it. They're both just like reaching with their feet. And Alicia Silverstone just barely like kind of nicks it and it falls out. It's like it's barely there.
Ah, Bane!
Like if Bane were to turn his head sharply, it might pull it out.
Yeah. Unsecure connection. Yeah, so that's Bane dealt with. Meanwhile, Batman fixes the satellite array to heat up Gotham. But Freeze activates his bombs, causing the building to collapse. Batman reveals Ivy betrayed Freeze. That's when he plays the recording back, where she's like saying, I unplugged Mr. Freeze's wife.
Because there's only one woman for me.
He had no reason to divulge that information.
She is just paying the price.
And so now Mr. Freeze is on Batman's side because Batman, Mr. Freeze, your wife's not dead. First of all, I didn't kill your wife. I actually saved your wife. Poison Ivy's the one who tried to kill your wife.
And we can put her in Arkham Asylum where you can do your tests and hopefully save her.
Yeah, so we'll even give you a laugh.
Also, please save Alfred.
Yeah, oh yeah. So now they're friends, basically. Batman successfully turns a satellite array into a heat ray to unthaw Gotham, which is a terrifying doomsday weapon in and of itself. But anyway, he saves Gotham, He saves Freeze. Everybody's apprehended. Bad guys have lost, good guys have won. Next we see Poison Ivy in prison, plucking petals off of flowers, saying he loves me not. And remember, at this point, I think Batman and Robin and Alicia Silverstone earlier said that we'll kill her later. Because out of the shadows, Mr. Freeze in full mech armor comes out.
In her cell. He's been waiting there for an unknown period of time.
And she's like, oh shit. He's clearly gonna kill her.
We'll kill her later. We'll put Freeze in there.
Yeah, we'll bribe the guards. It'll look like an accident. So I literally thought at this point that Batman and Robin
They made good. They made good on what they set out to do.
Got her killed.
Kill her later, come on.
But yeah, Batman and Robin, they patch up their differences. Alfred is fine, and they run towards the camera. Cut to credits.
Yeah.
We're gonna need a bigger cake. And that concludes the breakdown. Now it is time for our final segment titled Did We Hate It? In which we pass judgment on Batman and Robin. So, Arden, what was the overall moral and or point of the story?
Well, there's not a moral. Well, okay, so there is a moral, as like stupid as it is. It's that you trust family.
Yeah.
It's dumb. I don't want to call that the moral of the story because that's not what the story's about.
The movie was good.
I did not. This movie is not good. I clearly still hate it. It was awful. It's about family.
Freeze had family. Poison Ivy plants.
Yeah, it's her family.
It's a family.
Yeah, it's a movie about family. Don Toretto could take any one of them. I love how that movie is because I just saw the trailer for Fast and the Furious X or whatever.
We watched it. I watched it with my dad.
Oh, you did?
Those movies are legitimately amazing.
They are self-aware at this point. They're so self-aware. Dial it up even more.
They are more superhero movies than Marvel and DC super movies are at this point. The main enemy is a cartoon supervillain.
Yes.
And it's phenomenal.
I'm Dante. Ashante.
Yeah, it's so flamboyant and so absurd and so ridiculous. It's great. It's an entertaining watch.
I bet it is.
And their fucking superpowers are cars. It's the dumbest, most shit stupid thing in the world. And it's amazing.
It's like Speed Racer if it had some teeth.
Yeah. Killing people. That's the other thing that's amazing, is these former DVD thieves are straight killing people. They kill cops in this movie.
Oh my god.
But they're also saving the world. And they're also finding time to do a drag race in every single movie. It's great.
And then talk about the importance of family.
Yeah.
Family.
All about family. Alright, Arden, what was your favorite or least bad part? I can go first if you like.
Go first.
My favorite part is when Bane hammer fists Robin in the face and he ragdolls.
Fuck. My favorite part too. That's what I'm picking. I can't, even for the sake of being interesting. That was just the best.
You pointed it out.
I pointed it out, and you and I had a very good chuckle about it.
We rewound it 3 times.
We rewound it 3 times. His soul leaves his body.
Demolished. Fold Robin in half. Worst part might legitimately just be the very beginning, because it set the tone so bad. They're surfing in the sky and Robin yells out Cowabunga.
I think the worst part is that whole subplot with Alicia Silverstone and the drag racing. Well, it's completely unnecessary.
You're right. Plot-wise, definitely.
And it comes at a place where you want the movie to go forward because it's a bad movie and you just want to keep going. You're like, what? Why? I do not care.
You're absolutely right. Narratively, writing-wise, and pacing-wise. Alicia Silverstone, unfortunately, that girl shouldn't be in this movie because it's so much about Batman and Robin. Mm-hmm. It's about their falling out. It's about Alfred and Bruce's relationship. And it's about Freeze and Ivy, and it's already stacked enough. And Bane. Batgirl is just kind of tacked on.
Yeah, they did not need to add her.
I agree.
Even if they did want to add her, they didn't even do like. They're basically saying she can be Batman because she can be Batgirl because she can be on a motorcycle.
Right. If you're gonna have Batgirl, you should do it justice.
You could also just do it by having Alfred say something about it. That's my niece. She did go to Oxford, but she dropped out because she's amazing at motorcycle racing and has won millions of dollars in her motorcycle races. You need a 15-minute scene.
That race scene is like the pod race scene.
Yeah, you just want to get the fuck on with it, and we're like watching this thing.
Alright, so did you like the movie? Or the actors? Or the characters?
Did not like the movie. Did not like the characters. I did like the actors who played the bad characters. Like,
Okay.
they were going for it, and I like that and I respect that. But the characters are bad. You just ultimately, like, who are you making this movie for? Like, this movie, this is one of the movies that brought my critical brain online. As like a 6-year-old kid or whatever. I'm watching, like, who's this movie for? It's not for me. We were talking about the Mario Brothers, but this is one. I don't get it.
Who would you recast this movie with? Do you think this movie could have been saved with different actors?
Mm-mm.
Jason Momoa?
Different director.
Tommy Wiseau's Batman.
It's fine, Robin. I totally have McGregor syndrome. Oh, Alfred, people get over McGregor syndrome every day. I want to talk about how much I love Ivy. What is good to you? He has a car, he has a house, he has a good job.
No, Mom.
No,
babe. So do you think this movie's fixable?
No, absolutely not.
Alright, post-watch rating. So out of 5 stars, you gave this film 0 out of 5 stars. The lowest integer rating above the negatives, which we've done before.
I'm giving it some points.
Okay.
I'm gonna give it 1 hammer blows out of 10. For just fucking slaying Robin. I can't get over that scene. It's one of the best, most sold hits I've ever seen in my fucking life. Like, someone told the stunt actor, like, Bane, the superhuman being, is gonna hammer blow you in the head. He's like, well, then I'd fucking die. And then he died.
Do that.
Died. And this is supposed to be Batman's sidekick. Oh.
I'll give this movie 40 McGregor syndrome. Stage 40 McGregor syndrome.
Stage 40 McGregor syndrome.
Alright. So we've come to the point where we put it on the ranking charts.
Wow, I'm just looking at this. You put Old Boy 2003 at... Wait, no, that's a Spike Lee one, isn't it?
No, I hate the actual original Korean Old Boy with a passion.
Really?
Absolutely despise everything.
Why? Because of the plot?
Everything about it. Even the famous hallway hammer fight scene, they're all jobbers. It sucks. Daredevil has done it a quadrillion times better in 3 whole seasons.
It's that I agree that Daredevil does it better. Daredevil does the one take better. I haven't actually seen it, so I can't speak to it. I just shocked it'd be below Morbius. Morbius is so bad, it's good though.
Yeah.
Get morbed. Fucking Robin got morbed.
Robin got morbed. Got morbed so hard.
into oblivion. It's morbid time!
That's what Bane said?
Yeah.
Alright, so start with Triple X. One of the movies you've seen. Triple X is number 6.
Did I see Triple X?
Yeah.
I did see Triple X, didn't I?
It was the first one we did.
Yeah, that was the first one we did with Van Diesel.
Here, let me read through the list. Okay, so this is from best to worst. Number 1, Bad Lieutenant, Port of Call New Orleans.
Fucking fantastic.
Number 2, The Batman. Bob Bats, ladies and gentlemen. Woo! Let me hear it from the crowd. Bob Bats. Number 3, Jurassic World Dominion, based on nostalgia alone.
How's that based on nostalgia?
All of the original cast.
Oh, God.
It's nostalgia alone. Number 4 is both Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas and Soldier, starring Kurt Russell.
Okay.
Number 5 is Super Mario Brothers 2023, Super Mario Brothers 2, and 6 Triple X. Number 7 is Blood Freak. Number 8 is Kroll. Number 9 is Super Mario Brothers 1993. Number 10 is Morbius. Number 11 is Donnie Darko. Number 12 is Gummo. And number 13 is Old Boy 2003.
Well, I haven't seen all of these, but if I were to rank them... See, the problem is there's some movies that I want to put this above, like the Batman. At least I believed that Batman was a powerful, like, being in this film.
Dylan, Number 2, the new Batman and Robin, 1997. Moving on, next segment. We good? Yeah, okay.
No, I wanted to demote the Batman to Robin.
Number 2 is Batman and Robin. I'm putting in the Google Doc.
Wow, right there with Bad Lieutenant, Port of Call, New Orleans.
It's above the Batman.
The title's so good it deserves 2 semicolons, but has 1.
Movie's so good. The actor would only accept it if it was directed by Werner Herzog. And Werner Herzog would only accept it if it was acted by Nicolas Cage.
Oh my, we're doing this together, not at all.
Yeah. Alright, moving on to trivia and goofs. So I'll kind of blast through this. Trivia time. So the Batman costume was 50 pounds. It was rubber bodysuit with a 40-pound cape.
Why was the cape rubber?
It was a rubber cape attached to the head, the cowl. Batgirl and Robin's costumes were 50 pounds as well. And each Mr. Freeze's weighed 75 pounds.
That tracks. Mr. Freeze is huge.
He's gigantic.
Yeah.
Arnold Schwarzenegger thought the Mr. Freeze outfit was suffocating.
Sure.
Most of the scenes with Batgirl were cut. So Alicia Silverstone had gained a few pounds during production, and the wardrobe team had to refit her costume. When the press discovered the news, they slammed Silverstone's weight gain and mocked the actress.
Wow.
I know, isn't that nasty?
That's pretty nasty.
Director Joel Schumacher, to his credit, publicly defended Silverstone.
Well, that's good at least.
But that does explain why she kind of just pops in here and there in the movie.
Yeah.
Unfortunate.
Make her another suit.
Yeah, just do it anyway.
Jesus.
Joel Schumacher wanted to make, so he says, allegedly, Joel Schumacher wanted to make a gritty Batman Year One movie starring Kurt Russell as young Commissioner Gordon. He says Warner Brothers decided not to rehire Schumacher. The ex-Batman film stayed in development limbo for years until Batman Begins, which kind of is a Batman Year One-ish story.
Yeah.
Director Joel Schumacher blamed the studio pressure to make the film more toyetic, i.e. a showcase for marketable toys and games. In the making of the documentary, he apologized to disappointed fans. According to John Glover, Dr. Jesse Woodrow, Joel Schumacher would sit on a crane with a megaphone and yell before each take, "Remember everyone, this is a cartoon!" It was hard to act because that set a weird tone for the movie. When comparing work on Batman Forever to this film, Chris O'Donnell, who's Robin, said, "It felt like everything got a little soft the second time. On Batman Forever, it felt like I was making a movie. The second time, I felt like I was making a kid's toy commercial." And then Bane rocked my socks up. And he also didn't like the Robin costume because they had to glue the mask on his face.
Oh my god.
And it was uncomfortable. They got a little too personal. Mr. Freeze says 27 ice buns.
Perfect.
The computer in Alfred's room is a prototype design of what would become the 20th anniversary Macintosh.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Alfred is a tech whiz. Chris O'Donnell revealed that despite hanging out with Arnold Schwarzenegger off-set, they never worked a single day together. It was all stand-ins. Yeah. Before filming, Arnold Schwarzenegger had heart surgery.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I didn't know that. They might have canned him, so he waited till he was cast and then he secretly got heart surgery, and then it was too late by that point, so.
He wanted to do it?
I guess he wanted it. Well, we'll find out in a moment why he wanted to do it.
Oh, wow.
The roller coaster Mr. Freeze at Six Flags over Texas was supposed to open in 1997 with the release of the film. Arnold Schwarzenegger and George Clooney were scheduled to appear at the opening at the Gotham City area of the park and be the first to ride Mr. Freeze. Troubles with the launch system delayed it until 1998. Schwarzenegger dropped out because he had another project, and Clooney decided not to go because Schwarzenegger did.
Wow.
Arnold Schwarzenegger was paid $25 million, then the biggest ever salary for a movie star.
Wow.
For this movie, to play Mr. Freeze.
He only worked... Oh, read it.
He later beat his own record when he was paid $30 million for Terminator 3: Rise of the Machines 2003. Arnold Schwarzenegger only worked 6 weeks on the film.
Fucking nuts. Alright, makes sense why you wanted to do it.
Yeah. Alright, Arden, how about you take the next few?
Sure. So, George Clooney and his stunt doubles went through 50 rubber bat suits.
A lot of bat suits.
That's 50 90-pound bat suits. They went through roughly 4,500 pounds of rubber bat suits. During shooting, George Clooney visited his friends on the set of ER in 1994 in full costume. George Clooney called the film a waste of money. In later interviews, he called it the biggest break I ever had since it got him into Hollywood, resulting in more successful roles later on. Oh, shit. I thought George Clooney was kind of a known name in Hollywood before then, but I guess not. I just remember thinking it was a big deal that he was Batman when it came out, so he must have been super famous from ER then.
I think he was.
When filming was over, George Clooney quipped, "I think we just killed the series."
He was right.
George Clooney has been known to refund people who saw this film. Clooney has also said he doesn't regret doing it at all, and in fact, credits the film for making him a leading man in Hollywood, as he's previously been a TV actor. He still keeps a poster of the film in his office as a warning to himself.
Oh, God. That's a warning.
Batman limps visibly inside the Freeze rocket. During filming, George Clooney injured his lower leg playing basketball. He needed to cut the boot off of the bat suit in order to wear a cast. George Clooney revealed that for years after doing this film, he genuinely blamed himself for ruining the series, stating, I always apologize for Batman. In an interview, the cast members were asked what item from filming they would like to take home. Arnold Schwarzenegger said he would be taking Mr. Freeze's armor home. Uma Thurman said she wanted Ivy's floral throne. Uma Thurman got to take Ivy's floral throne home. That's at her house.
That's awesome. Probably in her greenhouse.
That's amazing. Ellen McPherson said she just wanted a cap or something with the movie's logo before anyone else.
I believe that was Bruce Wayne's girlfriend.
George Clooney said he wanted McPherson. Bats can live more than 30 years and can fly at speeds of 60 miles per hour or more. Excellent. What a wonderful fact.
Yes. Uma Thurman felt the campy and farcical tone fit the film, enjoyed the creative license she was given in regards to her character, and credits Batman and Robin as less of a career killer and more of her first real experience with a high-budget Hollywood blockbuster. Lemonade out of lemons.
Did she do anything? Yeah, she did do big blockbusters after that.
Yeah.
Like really good stuff.
I guess Pulp Fiction, an indie film, technically.
Nah, that was Tarantino's highest. I would have considered Kill Bill Volume 1 at least a blockbuster.
Yeah.
Lots of people saw it. It's flashy, has a lot of action.
I guess Pulp Fiction at the time, would be like an A24-ish.
Yeah.
This is the second Batman movie in which the actor playing the main villain, in this case Mr. Freeze, is billed over the actor playing Batman.
Oh my lord, that is tasty.
That's delicious. The other one was Batman 1989, which Jack Nicholson, who played the Joker. Clooney got less than Mr. Freeze. And if you look at the cover of the film, Mr. Freeze is front and center, and it's bigger than anybody else's face.
Wow.
After the film's poor box office return, several Batman projects were considered for the next Batman movie. So one was a direct sequel, Batman Unchained. The second...
With Christoph Waltz.
The second was an adaptation of the graphic novel Batman Year One, and the last was going to be a live-action adaptation of Batman Beyond 1999. Instead, the series was rebooted with Batman Begins in 2005. Chris O'Donnell confirmed in a 2012 interview that a Robin/Nightwing spin-off was planned. However, he reported that plans were scrapped due to the poor reception of this film. And I don't think he was a huge Hollywood guy. After Val Kilmer refused to return for this film, David Duchovny was considered for Bruce Wayne/Batman. And he was later considered again for Batman Begins.
Damn!
They really wanted David Duchovny to be Batman. This film was originally titled Batman Forever.
But stylized Batman Forever.
Stylized Batman, the number 4 ever, because it was supposed to be the 4th film. However, somebody decided to name the 3rd film Batman Forever. So this one had to be renamed Batman and Robin. It was actually supposed to be the title for the 3rd film.
Well, that seems like a mistake of communication.
Right, because the 3rd film is when Robin's introduced. So that would have been Batman and Robin, and this would have been Batman number 4 ever.
Wow.
I don't know how that happened. Probably some intern mixed some papers. Who knows? This stuff happens.
It does.
Kevin Feige. Actually, maybe you want to read this.
Yeah, this is fairly interesting. Kevin Feige, President of Marvel Studios, obviously. He's called Batman and Robin, the most important comic book movie ever made, because its catastrophic failure forced major comic book companies and film studios to rethink how they presented comic book-based media.
This movie was so bad, it made superhero movies good.
I can see that. Like, I get that. That makes sense.
Bats can eat up to 1,200 mosquitoes an hour.
That's an interesting fact. That's an interesting animal fact.
And Batman co-creator Bob Kane died 1 year after this film was released.
Oh no. Not with this. Alright.
Who would win? This is a battle royale featuring characters or actors from the current episode versus ones from previous episodes. The battle arena is either a standard boxing ring or is themed for the episode. Contestants are equipped with their iconic loadouts. The win condition is incapacitation, death, or a ring out. As in wrestling, surviving past contestants can make surprise reappearances. So, where does this battle arena take place? What is the arena of battle here?
Well, I guess it would have to be inside a gigantic statue.
Yeah. Okay. It's inside of a giant statue. This episode is obviously going to be Batman and Robin. This is Chris O'Donnell Robin, George Clooney, and dun dun dun. You weren't here for this episode, but due to the narrator from the film Blood Freak, who's able to rewrite reality, Bob Batts, who before that, the brains was scattered across the floor by Nicolas Cage's Bad Lieutenant with a giant revolver. Reality was rewritten so he was in intensive care unit, but not dead. And now he is fully recovered.
They're here chasing. No, why would they even be in the statue? Oh, I know.
Gala.
It's a gala that they were both invited to as Batman and Robin. Then Bob Batts is there in a hospital bed. And smirking, Batman goes, "It'd be rude to let someone suffer like this."
He's not in the hospital. Okay? No, he's fully recovered. Okay? Give him that much.
No but me. This is improv. So let's say yes and.
No, but you're shutting it down, and that's the thing you don't do in improv. You're
Yes,
shutting
and.
it down because you're gonna kill it. So yes, Bob Batts is there, and he gets out of the hospital bed, and he says, "I'm fine. Look at me." He does 6 cartwheels. He's fine. He's great. He's limber. He does running in place. He does 20 jumping jacks.
Robin looks at him and says, "So you think if you're all good at acrobatics like that, Poison Ivy's gonna like you more than
Then Clooney Batman, still smirking, turns to Robin and says, "Robin, I can't trust you."
Robin tries to push them both out the back of the statue.
Both Batmans dodge him and push him into a vat of goo. And then Robin gets... This is no longer a fight between Batmans. Robin doesn't know when enough's enough. He points at them both and accuses them. What's he say?
You both want to be with Poison Ivy more than me. You just can't stand that she wants a younger model.
Bob Batts is like, "I'm pretty young. For a Batman, I'm pretty young."
But I'm young in an edgy 90s way.
Bob
You're young in an emo way. Which isn't something a woman wants.
Bob Batts walks up, punches him 30 times, hammer punches him.
Robin spits blood back in his face and says, "See? Emo."
Bob Batts kind of rubs it down his face. He's kind of into it.
And then Robin pulls out a 45.
Points it at both.
Puts it in Bob's mouth.
But Clooney Batman swats it away because he says, "You're just jealous because Ivy wants both of us."
And then Robin takes out a second 45 and puts it in Bob's mouth.
And then Bane comes up and chokes Robin. Robin goes, Bane lets go of the choke.
And we know what happens next.
He flattens Robin.
He fucking flattens him. Puts him on his ass.
He ragdolls him.
And then the Batman shake each other's hands knowing that their job's done for the day.
Yeah.
And I think the Batmans are the victors.
Okay, good. We're gonna stop it right there. Before another revolver. Good. I think that's a good result.
All
This
right.
was not a battle of violence.
What happened to Nick Cage? Did you just not factor him in, or is he gone? Is he out of the Battle Royale scenario?
He got severely injured, but he was also in ICU. Somewhere along the line, he got injured.
Okay.
He's still alive.
You don't keep the bad lieutenant.
He could even be alive right now and walking around, driving recklessly up to crime scene, shaking people down for drugs.
His soul's still dancing.
Shoot him again. Alright, Batman's still out there, and Robin is still flattened out solid by Bane.
Perfect.
Top 5 Batman villains. We got Ra's al Ghul, Jonker, Clayface, Man-Bat, Harley Quinn, Poison Ivy, Mr. Freeze, the Reptile Boy guy.
Those are options, or those are your picks?
Those are options.
Your first favorite Batman, Jonker. So, I'm a fanboy over the animated series. I think Mark Hamill's best Joker, and Joker is probably Batman's best villain. I think Mr. Freeze is up there. Ra's al Ghul is up there, pairing Ra's al Ghul with Talia al Ghul.
Did Ra's al Ghul always train Bruce, or was that just...
I don't know if that was just in Batman Begins. They've always had a history.
And it's never straight up
Like a lot.
evil,
Yeah, and Ra's al Ghul has always known Batman is Bruce Wayne, and doesn't really do anything about that.
Yeah.
He's had a relationship with Talia, to my knowledge. I mean, I'm sure there's some kind of personality.
He's no narc.
No narc. He's not a narc.
Straight.
I've always hated Riddler.
Yeah, Riddler's annoying.
Riddler's fucking stupid.
Clockman, Calendar Man, ventriloquist guy.
The Holiday Killer is kind of interesting. It's like Batman at its best, where he's doing detective work and trying to figure out what's going on. Because he's the world's greatest detective. He's not the world's greatest fly plane to somewhere and punch somebody.
Some iterations, he's the world's best everything.
He is, but really what makes Batman good is he's solving these crimes. It's why Batman has a place in the same universe as Superman.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
I agree.
if Joker was in Metropolis, Metropolis would be ice. It would be destroyed.
Yeah.
Because Superman can't just, like, hear his way through this and just fly there and punch the problem to death.
Right. Batman is the brains behind the Justice League.
Right. That is...
And the money.
And the money. 100% the money. So, I mean, yeah, I mean, those are the heroes, the villains that I think are the best. There's a cool Justice League cartoon animated movie, I think.
Well, I know, the one where he's got plans to kill everybody and then Lex Luthor steals it.
So awesome, yeah.
Because it works.
Yeah, and it does, it works.
Yeah.
He doesn't have plans to kill everybody. He says it's to incapacitate, and then and then Lex Luthor, like, modifies it a bit to make all things lethal. And the Justice League, like, disowns him for it.
Well, yeah, and he's like, fine, I'll leave. See how long it lasts.
Yeah, I'm pulling funding. Right now. You better go get that space station, Superman. It's flying towards Earth.
Daily Planet, Shuttle, Clark.
Sounds like fake news, Clark.
Huh, and Diana. You're a museum person, It'd be a shame if somebody bought that museum. Fired you!
And then put all those priceless relics in their house for them to have only.
And this like Green Lantern's trying to chill him out. He's like, Bruce, look at, what do you want to see? Your parents? He makes a green out. For a second, he's like, no, stop that.
No, stop, I don't need that.
Yeah.
Batman has the best rogues gallery because they're all a reflection of Batman.
Right. He has the best rogues gallery in DC, just like Spider-Man has the best rogues gallery in Marvel.
Honestly, I think Spider-Man's rogues gallery sucks too. Like,
He sucks?
yeah, I do, 100%. I think
Batman's
Spider-Man's
the best
rogues
one.
gallery sucks. Especially when you compare it to Batman's. Batman is cool, interesting villains, and it's because they're all a tiny piece of him.
Clayface is a Clayman. Reptile Boy is a Reptile Boy.
Clayface represents Batman's
Changing
his double life and not even knowing which one is the real him at this point.
Yeah.
Is he Batman masquerading as Bruce Wayne, or is he Bruce Wayne masquerading as Batman?
Right.
He doesn't know.
Jonker represents...
I don't know who
Bruce's
Junker
son.
is.
Jonker was portrayed by Jack Nicholson.
Oh, gotcha. This is a typo of Joker.
If you want to believe that, fine. It's the Joker.
All right. So,
Mr. Freeze, Jonker,
Penguin.
but it has to be the Batman Penguin, played by Colin Farrell, playing Robert De Niro as Penguin. Where are you going? You can kill me.
Can't have this because it's my daughter's. But I thought you would like it.
Is this Colin Farrell Penguin? Why do you have this?
Because we went to Legoland and I let her pick out any Lego set she wanted, and she wanted the Batmobile.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's Bob Bat's Batmobile, and it comes with Batman and Colin Farrell Penguin. If I didn't tell you he was Penguin, you'd have no fucking idea, would you? He just looks like a guy.
The guy with bad acne.
Yeah, he's got like acne on for some reason. No umbrella.
Yeah. Alternative figure. Bruce Wayne asking to be let in.
You let me into your nightclub? No. Because you're Batman.
Okay, will you let me into your nightclub now? Sure, Bruce Wayne. I don't see why not.
You know, when you think Batman's rogues gallery, you think of like the main one.
His face is probably up there just because of this history.
He is one of my least favorite. Is chaotic.
Yeah.
Out of like the main rogues galleries,
I never cared for him.
His favorite, but he's just like everything comes down to a coin flip, and you really.
What is justice? Stuff like that.
Justice isn't necessarily being fair. I do like that he just has like 245 caliber ACPs. Bob Bats got your number. Does he have to flip a coin to decide whether he flip a coin?
There is a comic. No, there's a comic called Batman Arkham, and one of the psychotherapists is doing a therapy with Two-Face, so they give him like a Rubik's Cube or something like that, and throws his whole decision-making thing out of whack, so he'll just like sit there and pee himself and stuff. Can't just make a coin flip to decide.
Oh my
He
god.
becomes paralyzed by choice, basically.
That's amazing. It's analysis paralysis.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah, he's a stupid villain. He's fucking dumb. Alright, so what's next?
Final segment, Devil's Advocate. Do you want to take the side of the villains of Batman and Robin, or the heroes?
I guess before I choose, what am I arguing about?
All right, in this segment, one of us must defend the protagonist's position, and the other must defend the antagonist's position, whether or not we actually agree with them personally.
So do I have to do all the villains, or can I just pick Freeze? He is the main bad guy after all. In fact, he's top billed.
I kind of have to say that at least the hero side is Batman and Robin, just because the title.
They share the same goal though, whereas Freeze and Ivy do not share the same goal.
Let's say
they don't. They don't have the same position.
All right. So let's say this trial takes place after the events of the movie, and let's say that Freeze is taking Batman's side, because that's the side he would take in this particular situation. He would claim temporary insanity due to a variety of reasons, ultimately siding with the billionaire who will help pay his attorney fees.
Right.
And he's also already in Arkham Asylum, and Bruce already hooked him up with your lab and stuff. So
and hooks him up with a way to kill Ivy.
Alright, so does this take place after the proven murder
trial, the murder of Poison Ivy?
Sure. Okay, it's the murder trial of Ivy. Oh yeah, because it's settled. At the end of the movie, they're in Arkham, which means if there was a criminal proceeding, they already decided they're criminally insane. So it has to be.
Right.
Freeze's trial.
No, they always put him in Arkham in record speed, which to be fair, they would be. Like Mr. Freeze.
Well, they're escaped.
If I were the defense attorney for Mr. fucking Freeze, I would be like, "Oh, you're Mr. Freeze, like
you let him out.
Competency hearing."
Yeah.
Competency. Like we need to see if this man's competent to stand trial. He's Mr. Freeze.
We have precedent.
He is a
being put in
super villain.
Yeah. You already decided once he was insane. That's why he was in Arkham in the first place.
He
you let him out.
Yeah. And now he's back, so we're putting him back in.
Yeah.
So he would be there pretty quick.
So I guess
So he hasn't actually, procedurally, he hasn't had his trial for like freezing Gotham yet either.
Right. So is this Freeze v. Ivy's estate?
It would be the people versus Freeze
Okay.
for the murder of Poison Ivy. Which any jury's eyes is gonna roll. Their guys are gonna roll out of their heads.
So after the first
well,
jury
this is what
trial,
my Gotham tax dollars go towards.
this is an appeal or something. It's the first one, their eyes rolled out of their heads.
They're like, oh my god.
They had to get somebody from Metropolis, a jury from Metropolis, to be impartial.
Metropolis is gonna be like, we know this shit too.
Okay, from Flash City or wherever he's from.
We're gonna need to get him from like Des Moines, Iowa. Mr. Who?
What?
Mr. Icicles?
I'm from Alaska. We're all about freeze. We love freezing things here. Freeze versus the people for the murder of Poison Ivy. And as character, maybe they're trying to use this freezing of a Gotham City as well. They're trying to bring that in if they can.
They're not, they can't. That's denied. So now the question is, who are the witnesses?
Batman and Robin.
They're not showing up to trial. For one, how do they get subpoenaed?
Okay, they're in the audience. Maybe they're the.
And then they go on the stand. The first question is like, so who are you? You say you'll tell the truth on the stand? Yeah. Who are you? Whoa. Well.
Easy. He slams his hand on.
Bruce Wayne!
I was gonna say Batman.
Oh, fuck me. I sit down. Bruce Wayne.
Everybody laughs. Everybody laughs. The judge laughs.
Wait, that actually makes a lot of sense. Yeah, you are Bruce Wayne. You have that same fucking smirk that I hate.
He's like, what are you talking about?
What are you talking about? I'm not smiling, you're smiling.
Bob Bats as Bruce Wayne walks in the classroom, he's like, I'm Bruce Wayne.
No, that's some emo child. That's not Bruce Wayne.
That hurts his feelings.
Bruce Wayne. He puts a 45 in his mouth.
Oh,
he grabs the Bailiff's 45 and puts it in his mouth.
He's hungry now. Okay, next, moving on. Gavel. Moving on. Order in the court.
You haven't dared bring him into this.
Order in the court. Okay, he's gone. He's gone for good right now. This whole episode, he's gone. Bob Bats is gone. He's safe. Bob Bats is safe. Okay. Order in the court.
Oh.
Alright. Batman blows some pheromone dust in the judge's face and says, forget about all that just happened just now. The judge is like,
I'm putting a warrant out for that emo boy. I'll see him arrested and executed.
Robin is nodding.
In unprecedented history, execution via 45 caliber bullet in the mouth.
So it's Gotham City versus
They're gonna use the lethal injection chamber still and have him like on the bed like this. Just like put a 45 in his mouth.
Jesus. Another judge walks in, so he slams the
Friends and family looking at him like,
you deserve
serve this emo child.
Oh my god, dude. Alright, moving on.
Oh my god.
Order of the court, okay.
I knew it would come this way ever since you were a young boy. Your father took you into the city
Yeah.
to see a marching band.
To see a marching band!
Defense says, irrelevant, Your Honor.
No, it totally is relevant to his credibility.
Who he is?
Yes! You expect the jury to believe who you are, yet you will not even tell us who your name is. Which, by the way...
Alright, smoke bomb.
You need to... Now we don't have witnesses.
Robin, take a stand.
Robin! Would you please say your name for the jury?
Yes, Your
Your
Honor.
legal name.
I am Dick Grayson. Everybody silence.
So Batman's Bruce Wayne?
Isn't that the boy that hangs out with Bruce Wayne? Says,
Bruce Wayne's like, what the fuck?
Robin's like, no! You're all drunk! make me look dumb in front of Ivy.
The Judge Juno flips him into a bag.
Bane punches him. Then he smoke bombs.
Bane does? Smoke bomb and nothing. You just...
Alright. Who's representing the people now?
I have no witnesses.
Okay.
Are we done with this Rubik's Cube?
Yeah.
His re-entry's not going well.
Can't call him to the stand.
Just wrong 2 witnesses. Batman and Robin, I didn't think of this.
Alfred Pennyworth? Wait, no, he has nothing.
He wasn't in Arden.
He wasn't at Arden.
I walked to the last. I gave Poison Ivy her food of strictly, she eats a strictly meat diet because she dare not harm plants.
Oh, yeah.
She eats more meat than fucking Andre the Giant.
She's
2 full-ass steaks.
He's an obligate carnivore.
Yeah, so I gave her that, and then I left and like took a dump and like played Candy Crush. And then I came back. I saw some conspiracy theories too. I'm Jesse the Body Ventura. Sorry,
Jesse the Body.
Formerly the Body, now mind.
There's a weather satellite, by the way. Wait, no, don't. Hold on, let me say this. The people have to hear this. There is a weather satellite just outside of Gotham. It changes the weather patterns.
I believe it, and it was funded by Bruce Wayne, who, by the way, there is a lot of evidence that he's Batman.
Now everybody that did think he was
actually,
no, I'm not gonna believe anything he said.
No, he's not.
I'm Jesse Ventura, and this is Conspiracy Theory.
Anyway, so I went to the cell and I used 10.
Yeah. Wait,
Someone choked her and hit her really hard in the forehead.
didn't you get poisoned to death by Ivy?
Oh, wait!
He's Clayface. It works. He smoke bombs and leaves.
Well, this is officially kangaroo court. Recess.
This is gonna...
I don't know what other witnesses the state would produce.
I guess it would have to be forensic analysts and like people who look at the security tapes. And...
Yeah, what security? I saw the Tim Burton's fucking Arkham Asylum. I don't think there's security tapes.
Oh. So this ends up being like a class action against Arkham Asylum in general. Probably.
Yeah, just general abuse.
Yeah, reform and Gotham.
We can't prove who killed her, but we can prove that she was murdered in your cell, and also you don't know who fucking killed her.
Yeah. Arkham gets...
Oh, Arkham's settling.
Yeah.
It's a whole lot. Which is fine because they get all the publicity for having all these supervillains in their fucking facility.
They sell action figures.
So, they have a gift shop.
Yeah.
Buy the Joker action figure.
Actually, it's kind of like a zoo. You can walk by, see Freeze and his...
He killed my daddy. I'll buy 2.
He killed everybody.
Whose daddy has he not killed?
Come here. I'm going to use you as a ploy to escape.
You know how I got these scars.
I think he's going to do the thing Ray Lies.
They do Netflix documentaries.
Yeah.
Diary of a Clown Killer, not John Wayne Gacy.
Or the Riddler. Or...
Can I tell you that one of the biggest disappointments, last off-tangent thing before we close out this episode, but can I tell you one of the biggest disappointments to me was finding out in a Netflix documentary that John Wayne Gacy's whole like clown thing had nothing to do with how he picked up kids to murder them.
That's a disappointment to you.
Yeah, because this whole time he's like the clown killer, but it had fucking nothing to do with it.
He's a killer who happened to...
Who was really into being... No, that was his like side hobby gig. Like he's into it, but that was like his hobby.
He was a good clown. He apparently worked in the Reagan White House as a clown before.
Yeah. But as far as him like picking up young like teenage boys, he was just like, you want a job? I'm a union person.
Oh wow.
So really, it's not you should be afraid of clowns, you should be afraid of unions.
It's false.
Oh my god.
When your union rep tells you that he's got a job for you.
Yeah, John Gacy, he ruined the rep of the union.
He did. He's very active in the union, also in killing kids and storing them in his basement ball space. Which like he put them there.
It's smelly, dude.
Not only is it smelly, like I don't want to go into my own crawl space because I fear that there are dead bodies in it when I know there are not. He knows there's decomposing dead bodies that probably, if there is such a thing as a soul, have grudges against him.
Yeah.
You crawl the fuck down there and like stuff another body under there.
Maybe he was freaked out.
Maybe. He's constantly terrified trying to go to sleep.
That's why he had to hype himself up by killing another kid. To say like, no, I'm the scary one.
I'm the scary one, not you.
Maybe it all started with a spooky cry.
I'm the one who knocks.
Yeah.
It's like that movie, The Black Phone.
Black Phone?
Black Phone. Yeah. It's a movie with Joaquin Phoenix. No. Sean Hannity. No. I'm looking this up real quick. Because this is surprisingly on point, and it proves that there is no original idea in the world anymore. Because you and I riffing at the end of this podcast came up with an actual plot of a movie. Ethan Hawke, he's a serial killer, and he kidnaps a boy, and he keeps him in this place where he tortures him. And the kid, like, there's this old telephone. It's like a landline, and it calls the kid, and there's another kid on it, and the kid's giving him advice. And it turns out, like, spoilers for the Black Phone, there are other kids that this guy murdered, and they're guiding him, like the ghosts are guiding the kid to escape and to get revenge against the serial killer.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
How's that Jack built?
I was thinking that was also you, Ron. I was thinking for a minute he had a thing for being a murderer.
Yeah, I agree.
But no, that wasn't him. No, Matt Dillon. These look similar. Alright, how about we wrap this up?
Let's do it.
So, anything else you want to hate? Just little pet peeves you have? That annoy you, grind your gears, pet your peeves? Presses your peanuts.
You know, I'm generally kind of a positive person.
What?
Yeah.
Why? Stop that shit.
Okay. People who question me at the end of this podcast tell me not to be positive. 1:30 a.m.
I'll say just one. When you're about to click on something on like a web page, but then at the last moment the screen populates and it moves. And so you click on something else on accident.
It happens on phones notoriously.
Right, because it always has like the responsive loading.
Yep. No, I agree with you. I effing hate that. I'm not into it. That's my new thing.
Right. What else have you been watching and stuff?
Well, I'm trying to think of something interesting that I'm watching. I don't want to just go with, I've been watching the latest Marvel thing that everybody else is watching, and that's hardly interesting.
That's what I was going to say.
I know, but it's hardly interesting. Everybody's watching it. What did I watch before that? I was watching a Netflix show. It must not have been that interesting, though, because I don't even fucking remember. No.
Secret Invasion. You were watching Secret Invasion.
Yeah, I was. I'm not ashamed that I was watching it. It's just that I'm like, I've been watching this new thing you may not have heard of it. It's Secret Invasion. It's the latest Disney Plus. Like, straight to, like, oh, yeah, I've seen that. So, no, I'm really excited. They're doing a new, and I'm hoping, final season of What We Do in the Shadows.
Oh, I need to watch that.
It is my favorite. So it takes all the cool lore of vampires and kind of mixes it all together.
That's what the movie did, yeah.
Yeah, so
and Nosferatu alongside these other goofy vampires.
So they have like Dracula, but he's goofy because he's like this lad the Impaler type dude. They have two like Victorian style vampires, which are
because they were written in Victoria.
Yeah, and then they have. Do they have an energy vampire in the movie?
No, you told me about that. That's awesome.
The energy vampire is fucking hilarious.
Do they have werewolves in the show? In the movie, they have werewolves.
They do.
Oh, that's cool.
They have werewolves and they're mortal enemies. They have Blade.
Oh, that's right. They have an XP of Blade.
And they also have the actor, Sean something. I forget what his last name is. But the guy who's Deacon Frost's right-hand man, he's like, we're going to be gods.
He's in it?
We're going to be naughty vampire gods.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm going to be naughty. I'm going to be a naughty vampire god.
He's in it, but he was only an actor. But he becomes a vampire because he loved Blade so much.
And he says he loved the movie Blade.
Yes. Yes.
Fuck yeah.
He loved being in that movie, so he becomes a vampire.
Yeah, I'm gonna start that.
Yeah, it is fantastic. If you haven't seen it and you're into vampires at all, it is the most funny thing and probably one of the cooler renditions of vampires in modern time. Get Out of Town, Twilight, you are not vampires.
I've been watching, me and Brandon started to watch Twin Peaks. We watched Eraser, Top Gun Maverick, 65 with Adam Driver, Jack Ryan, John Wick Chapter 4, Fast X, Secret Invasion, Ant-Man 3, Quantumania, Black Panther 2, Wakanda Forever.
Nice.
Avatar 2, and I actually kind of like
Jack Reach. No, what'd you say, Jack Ryan? You just reminded me of this one show.
Reacher?
Reacher? Have you seen it?
My dad loves it.
It's a Republican's fucking wet dream. It is like a masturbatory fantasy of like what a right-wing Republican would want to be.
The funny thing about that, it's written by a UK dude.
What?
You would think, yeah.
Be the American that the UK wants you to be.
Yeah.
Because like Jack Reacher's just like big. He's just bigger than everyone else. And everyone like comes up to her like, you're a big man. And he's like, I'm just a good-mannered American homeboy.
Good guy with a gun.
Who was in the military and honorably discharged and is really smart and really good with a gun. Lives above the law, but the law loves him and he loves the law.
Even though he disobeys the law frequently.
Right. There's literally a scene where he like sits down and he like asks for an apple pie.
Oh,
In a diner, they give him a slice of apple pie.
Well, the running thread of that is the first episode he just wants to eat this American apple pie. God damn it. But he isn't allowed to because he gets interrupted.
Yeah.
And then final episode, he just got darn pie.
The American girl next door sheriff woman.
She's a police officer.
She's a police officer.
So she
takes no shit.
Back the blue.
She's strong-willed but also kind. She does still want a big, strong man, and boy, have I told you yet that Reacher is big.
When my daddy watched Reacher, he had to put 2 televisions in portrait orientation just so he would fit into frame.
He's big. He's a big guy.
Yeah. That boy has drank his milk.
Why would an F-950 pickup truck tell you, God dang it? Oh,
damn, I felt weird watching that show.
My dad, by the way, was super democratic.
Right.
I think it's just boomer people like that kind of.
Well, and also it's like a boomer and rendition of like how they were when they were Americans. Like it was very much like it was a boomer power fantasy.
Yeah, action heroes today have to be like John Wick, where he's former assassin. Like no illusions about him being really a good guy.
Right.
Or he's doing the right thing.
But to be fair, they did a Jack Reacher movie.
They did too. With the shortest man ever, Tom Cruise.
Right, and it doesn't have that feeling where he's like good old American boy.
I think Tom Cruise changes the vibe so much that it can't be that.
He does, but they also didn't try to write that.
No.
You can write a movie even though the vibe's not there. We just spent how long discussing one?
Yeah. No, I agree with you 100%. I'm not disagreeing with you at all.
Like it is very much a boomer power fantasy.
Yeah.
That does not stop me from completing it. Like it had its highlights. But it was
I enjoyed watching it.
It was weird. Like it was weird watching it and just seeing that play out.
I know. The UK guy who wrote it, because I looked into it because I was like, what is this? So it is based on.
You also felt it was weird. You're like, what is this? Who is this for?
It's like played too straight. It's like psyop. No, it's UK guy who. It's like, spaghetti westerns from Italian directors and stuff.
Right, who idolize part of American culture.
In Americans, we idolize samurai and stuff.
Sure, yeah.
It was a UK guy idolizing what he thinks Americans are, exactly as he said. Be the American this weird UK guy thinks you are. It's like a romantic idea of this wandering hobo power man who is always right, always doing the right justice thing.
And boy, is he big. He is a big boy.
He is in Fast X, and he's absolutely bigger than anybody in the movie. And that movie includes The Rock, Vin Diesel, and Jason Momoa. He's a brick shithouse within a brick shithouse.
But I bet you didn't feel how big he was in that movie.
No, because he's wearing like a business suit in that movie.
And every other character doesn't mention it.
No, yeah.
Every character runs into Reacher and they're like, wow, you're big.
It's actually a huge.
I bet you had a big boy upbringing with your big boy mama. I bet she was so proud of you. You played football. Yeah, all-American linebacker.
Husky corn-fed boy.
Yeah.
Big linebacker ass boy. Eat cow. Cornbread fed. Ass fed. Big boys. 17 meters tall.
I'm not gonna lie. If I have a choice between being the American that this weird UK guy thinks I am and the American that Japan thinks I am, I'm sorry. Senator Armstrong is putting Reacher in the dirt every time.
Arnold Frank's got nanomachines.
Nanomachine son.
Nanomachine son.
And Giga Metal Gear, whatever that Metal Gear is.
Richard kind of doesn't give a shit.
No. The only reason he gets roped up into this thing is because...
He's actually doing an investigation about why his brother happens to be like the head of the DHS or something. Department of Homeland Security. He's like a high-up secret agent guy.
Oh, he got killed.
He's like
there.
vice deputy to the president of the Department of Homeland Security, but is dead in a field, so he's actually only cares about why his brother died.
Yeah. It's a big boy.
The books, apparently he hops from place to place, because he is a hobo. He goes from town to town, solving the town's crimes.
Does he beg? How's he get money? Jack Reacher doesn't beg, I know that for sure.
He actually goes out of his way to explain what a hobo is versus a bum. He says
that's
a
right.
place to place looking for work temporarily.
Right, as he would.
Yeah.
As an American, like he's a hard worker.
I'm a hard worker, but damn it, gosh damn it, I'm an American. I have freedom, which means I can go anywhere the hell I want. God. Heck it.
Another word for that is I'm a nomad. But I don't use those kind of words because they sound like they come out of a Native American. I'm sorry, Indian.
Speaking that, I'm not going to say anything else because it would be too racist.
It would be problematic.
I'm big.
I use big words that suit my big boy frame.
Big boy mouth, because I'm a big boy neck. Oh, big boy neck.
Boy, you big, Chuck.
The James Webb Telescope has determined that the largest object in the observable universe is located in our own solar system, and it's named Jack Reacher.
What are you eating there, rabbit food? Give me 17 platters of cornbread and maybe one entire animal.
Please. One entire animal.
Make sure it's American animal.
So yeah, if you want to watch some weird like boomer power American fantasy, and you haven't seen Jack Reacher on Amazon, watch it. It is a strange experience.
It's a strange, but it's not bad.
Yeah, I do not want to make it seem like I think it's objectively bad. Like the storytelling is good. The plot points are good. The suspense is great. But it is also very much like you're thinking, what was in the mind of the person who wrote this and why do they love Americans so much?
Yeah.
Are they American?
No.
And it turns out no. No, not at all.
But it's what they think.
It's someone with an American fetish.
Yeah.
It's like when you go to a USA themed bar in Japan.
Oh, it's the best.
Okay, USA, you want some Texas mesquite from Canada?
Michael Jackson, Coca-Cola, Pepsi.
Yeah, it's ooh.
I love Japan and anybody else's portrayal of USA. It's like All Might from My Hero Academia.
Yeah.
It's fucking awesome.
Which, to be fair to them, we are like that.
Oh, so yeah, we're boisterous and extreme.
I'm loud and boisterous and always happy and smiling, and I'll fucking hug you.
Ridiculously optimistic.
And your culture bows. To be fair, I would respect their culture. I know that they bow, so I wouldn't necessarily grab out and touch them or anything. But I mean, a lot of Americans wouldn't. They wouldn't do the research. They'd offer their hand for a handshake.
Yeah, yeah.
And they'd be like, we bow. We're like, nah, that's silly. We do handshakes.
Give me a kiss.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put you on my shoulders.
Run you around because you're so tiny. I'm big. I eat 3 cows a year.
I'm huge. You people remind me of my nephew. He grabs him on his shoulder and starts running full tilt. While screaming USA.
Oh, you guys sure do things funny here, not like in the USA.
Mercedes!
God, I wish your cars were bigger. I can barely fit my big body in them.
My body takes up 3 lanes. Americans are humongous. Blonde hair, blue eye.
All right.
Well, yeah. Any last thoughts?
No, I think this is a good note to end it on.
Okay.
This is a good big thought to end this on.
Okay.
Big thoughts for a big podcast.
Okay, everybody. Batman and Robin, 1997. Thanks for listening.
And good night.
Nice to see you.